had no idea what the fuck just. I don't know.
You're
All
good,
right,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, we are live again. Sorry for the interruption a little bit there. We we went live for a good 5 minutes, but we had some technical difficulties.
We're
That
back on.
we're back on, and it's
All right.
Sunday, and the Guardians won the weekend series. So, listen, let's not let this get to our heads here now, folks.
Let's
We have
let's
a
not let it
great
get to our
episode
heads.
ahead of us.
We do. A lot to talk about today. So, of course, we're going to mention the whole Guardians game, of course, in the series they just played against the Phillies. We're going to look ahead, of course, into the rest of the schedule coming up into August and just kind of banter back and forth about what's going on and our expectations, especially as the trade deadline nears. Hopefully, the Guardians are able to make a move or two. Outside of that, may talk a little bit of Browns, may talk a little bit of Cavs. Again, it's the off season, so it's tough.
It's tough.
Training camp is coming up and is in full swing, actually. They are currently out at the Greenbrier in West Virginia, the Cleveland Browns, of course.
Yes.
They're doing their yearly 9-day training camp, little vacation, that, if you will, that they take, where they're able to kind of get away from everything. As the season nears very quickly. It's right around the corner, so there's going to be a lot to talk about. But yeah, it gives them a nice little break, gives us kind of a chance to look into the big storylines as the year rolls in, and hopefully we'll have more news with the Cavs coming up to talk about. Of course, it's a slow time of year. Season's about 3.5 months, 4-ish months out, so we still got plenty of time. But that gives us more time to talk about the Guardians, who are the hottest team in baseball right now, hottest team in the American League, and a team that just won a series against the hottest team in the National League, a team that, who knows, we could see them down the road in the playoffs. You never know. Maybe we'll make it to that World Series. Knock on wood a little bit there.
I'm knocking on wood. I don't know. Oh, and there's my beautiful face. Sorry about
There we
that.
go. I was going to say, all I see is your living room back there.
Oh no, we are Gucci like the shirts with the snakes on them, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. There we go.
It is a Guardians weekend series, and just like you said, we have a lot of packed information coming in hot today. We have a lot of news to talk about. And listen, the guards decided to show us that they're all in.
They did.
They listened to the calls from last weekend, from last show. They heard us talking because of course they watch, and they took our advice.
They did. And as you mentioned in our previous little stream that we had going on here, we talked about the debut of Joey Cantillo. Of course, a highly ranked and highly touted prospect in the Cleveland Guardians system, who was able to come on the road playing his MLB debut against the hottest team in the National League, the best team in the National League, if you will. And, you mentioned it. He struggled a little bit. What did you see out of Cantillo as the game went on?
I saw a kid that has so much potential, in the fact of it. I'll tell it specifically to I believe, what at bat was it? It was either the Bryce Harper at bat. No, it was not. It was the Trey Turner at bat. This is right after Schwarber just went solo bomb shot on him. Never good. Never good. That's not a way you want to start your career off at all. But right after that, I mean, he threw a. I remember he showed the changeup, which is a very. I mean, I think it's one of the best changeups I've ever seen from a Cleveland
nasty
pitcher I've ever. I mean, you're talking about a dude that throws 91 to 94 and just drops a 79, 80 mile an hour changeup that just dips. I mean, yeah, it's absurd, and it looks like a fastball right out of the glove. I mean, I like how he keeps his body very stiff and he holds his like this. When I was a pitcher, and not that I like pitched anywhere that should be a valid form of anything, but when I pitched, I was also very tight and very close to my hips, and it was because when I would go to throw, I would let my knee almost dictate, because I had a bad problem with keeping my hands down, and I wanted my hands to come up. So I would keep them down and tight so that my leg would almost drive my hands up, and then I would be here, and it was perfect. And just, I don't know, it reminds me a lot of how I threw in the windup and in the stretch. So I really like him. I think his fastball, if he can command it as well as he did, besides Schwarber, I legitimately think that he can be a 3-4, 2-3-4. I mean, he can sneaky be a 1, but like that's a development process that you almost don't want him to be the 1 because you have other dudes that you're hoping like Bybee that step up, someone who's throwing more 96, 97 on the fastball, someone with a little more command and a little more
Right.
oomph. But
Right.
nonetheless, I think he's what they wanted Logan Allen to be. I really do. Like I think he's what they wanted Logan Allen to be, and he's proving to be more equipped than Logan Allen, seeing that he comes into Citizens Bank Park and he puts the money. He tells him to put the money in the bag, and walking out of there with only, I mean, even at worst, it was 3 earned runs in your debut, like, and they were literally to one dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna take that all day against that talented of a lineup. You will take that all day. He had, and like I was saying on that sequence, he threw a really good fastball, and he didn't swing, and it was a ball. And then he threw the same location changeup that just dropped, and he swung and missed. And then he threw another changeup, got him 1-2, and then he might have threw a ball or two or whatever. But the strikeout pitch was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right in on his hands, and he just took it and just strike 3. He just took it and walked away and walked back to the dugout. I mean, he just froze him. And the fact that he already has that sequencing in his mind where he's like, if I throw this pitch, he's not going to have any idea what he's looking at. And it was his fastest pitch of the night. And like it just shows that like when he knows, and he has the instinct. I really like him, and the rookies were balling out. The young men were balling out today. I mean, it was the young men.
So for Cantillo, he's a left-handed pitcher for all of you that don't know. I know you mentioned it. So they want him to be kind of that Logan Allen player that they were really hoping Allen would be. Of course, Allen's dealing with some injuries and some just a slow start to his season. Of course, we're missing McKenzie in the lineup too. But with that, knowing that we have a lefty coming in as a rookie, making his debut today and going in and taking command after that 3-run blast, and kind of easing back into his role and finding his groove. It's something that is very notable because as the next few series roll in, we're going to see him pitching against some teams that aren't as I guess top heavy in the lineup as the Phillies are. And so for him to be able to play some of these next few games and be facing these lineups that aren't as heavy hitting as the Phillies are, it's gonna make his development and his transition into one of our everyday starters. It's gonna make it so much easier for him. And I really hope that we're able to see a lot more Cantillo, and just kind of watch as he develops, even just the rest of the season. Hopefully, even in the next few weeks, we see him really find his groove. And, of course, we're dealing with the injuries. Make his claim that he deserves to be one of those top 5 guys in the rotation. And I mentioned it before. When you know you've got the best bullpen in baseball behind you, waiting in the rafters, they say, hey, listen, if you can't get through 4 innings, 5 innings, that's fine. We will come in and we will take care of business. We know how it goes. We've got Clase waiting back there too. He's going to come in, close the game out. You are set up for success if you're able to take control and get through 4 or 5 innings. You're golden. You're golden.
That's what he did, and that's exactly what he did. He went in there, and it didn't look pretty, and he got a high pitch count because he's still working in that command, trying to hone his emotions in the beginning of the game. And I mean, he settled in, he locked in, and he looked amazing. He looked pristine. He looked like a guy that, and I was thinking about this earlier, thinking about asking this exact same question on the show. Now that you see a little bit of potential and you see what could be, and obviously as you get maybe one or 2 starts, probably one more start before you start making decisions of the trade deadline. What do you do? Do you is the pitcher still the number 1 priority on your list of free agents, or not free agent but trading, or are you now looking in the sense of I want to attack and try to get the Randy Arozarena, who's now gone, but nonetheless the outfielder or the guy that you throw in there in that 6 through 9 that hopefully you find consistency, someone who can become that crutch at the bottom of the lineup.
Absolutely. And I think that's definitely fair. You definitely want that person to take on that role. And like you said, of course, the trade deadline coming up, maybe he'll have another start or two before that's kind of the case. And then you can kind of really dictate how the rest of the season's going to go. Once you know that, there's no more trades, you'll have to sign guys to contracts, if anything, if you're looking to add guys. But I still think pitching is at the top of that list. As Quintillo came onto the scene and showed a strong performance, I still think that one more name in there to come in and at least even mentor these guys. It doesn't have to be a 26 through 29-year-old ace or anything like that we necessarily have to trade for. It'd be nice and all, but like we've mentioned it in shows past. If you're able to even just find a 1-year rental, even just to get you through these next few months as you approach the postseason, that's going to be a huge difference maker for the Guards. As strong as they have, or as strong as they show out when they're at home, these away games against these really, really good teams are huge for a whole plethora of reasons, mainly for the reason of getting these guys experience against these good teams that as we near the postseason, we're going to see more of. One big thing I did want to mention, of course, I talked the bullpen. Of course, I talked Clase. But besides that, I want to get more into the offense for us. Kwan leading off the lineup as a designated hitter today.
I thought that was a little bit interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I mean. That just to me seems like trying to just make things happen.
Yeah.
Trying to try different options out. I mean, you got Jackenzie Noel was out there, Martinez was out there, Freeman was out there. So you kind of get, that's a different lineup. That's not a outfield you're used to seeing. But
No.
it's you gotta. I mean, Tyler Freeman needs to get at bats. Noel has shown you every reason why he deserves to be in the lineup, and Martinez has shown you every reason why he needs to be in the lineup. So you almost do come down to like, you're either gonna take out Noel, Kwan, or Martinez every single game to try to get Freeman some at bats or some at bats out there. Maybe David Fry needs to play a game. You can't squeeze him in anywhere else. You got to throw him out there. Sheeman needs to play places. Like, you'd have all these players with at bats. They need something. They're trying to look for something. Consistency.
Well, and that's the thing too, is with the trade deadline, do you want to give these guys more time playing so that they can develop and play those everyday roles? At least getting a hit or two each game, being able to be one of those concrete players in that 1 through 9 lineup there. That's what you want to see. And then, I mean, you think about it, of course, we could either trade for a guy or you could give these guys more time and kind of ride it out. Obviously, Big Christmas, you can't deny it. That dude's a star in the making. He has only shown that he gets better and better each game. Every game that he's played, he has showed that he can develop with the right amount of time.
I think he's the piece that they have tried to trade in the offseason for the last 3-4 years.
Yep.
And they found out that he was right under their nose the whole
Yeah.
time. He was in their own farm system. That
Yep.
guy and that's the other thing about the Guardians is that, like, just when they think like, oh shoot, we're running out of options, we need that guy, you just bring up someone like Jackenzie Noel from AAA, and you're just like, all right, let's try this dude out. And to be honest with you, when he first came up, I saw a lot of criticism on, his, obviously with hitters like this, they're known to chase, they're known to strike out a lot and swing and miss a lot, and all that. But he's shown you that he can adjust. He can go up there in an at bat and his home run at bat. He literally took the first pitch, just spit on it. He knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it. The second pitch, he got it, and he hit it so far. It's like when you're a Cleveland fan, you're not used to seeing that just dude that just every time he hits a home run, you know it's gone, no matter
Yep.
what. Like even, he makes a routine fly ball give you hope. Like he's
Absolutely.
about to get a hit. And this is the dude that just went 3 for 4 with only one home run. And
Yep.
the one thing is everybody was base hits. He can't get base hits. He can't hit to just contact, get the ball. I watched him hit a changeup that was out of the strike zone that he was just trying to just hit, literally just to fight it off, and he just roped a single like it was nothing. And it's like that's why you want a player like him, because he turns a bad swing into a single because he's just so strong that he just muscles the ball, and
Yeah.
it's insane. Watching him is insane. I love him to death. Big Christmas is all here. I want him to start every day. He needs to be an everyday player in the lineup. I think he's insane.
100%. So, as we mentioned, Joaquin Noel played right field today. He went 3 for 4, as you mentioned. He had 3 hits, 3 RBIs on the day. So, with
Ridiculous.
that, he single-handedly saved our game. Of course, Quan hit another big home run, which you wouldn't expect out of Quan, man. You just don't expect those kind of hits out of
He
him.
has as many home runs this year as he did in his career prior to this year.
Yeah.
All combined. Like that's insane. That's insane.
Which is crazy, because then we've talked about it many times of who really has been the big catalyst of change for the Guardians in terms of their power hitting, because we've known that they're a contact hitting team through and through the last couple seasons. They don't hit many home runs, as we know. They were at the bottom of the statistics and standings in terms of home runs hit in their own park, and in total the last 2-3 seasons. And this season has been a total revolution, if you will, for the Guardians. And whether that is the hitting staff, the presence of Vogt now being the manager, whether it's the way that Vogt sets these lineups, maybe these guys are just finding their groove. It could be 6 or 7 different things.
It's the stadium.
It could be, man. But
I'm telling you, it's the stadium. Listen, they Cleveland saved us. Cleveland saved us by taking out that right field stupid box blocks that we had sitting up in right field.
The shipping grades.
They took those out, and we now are the third best ballpark to hit home runs in. We went from literally being the worst to being the third best.
Well, and the fact that they're able to take that on the road too, and they're able to hit home runs in parks that you don't normally see that in.
It breeds confidence, man.
It does.
It breeds confidence. When you see the ball go out, no matter where you are, when you see it go out and you're starting to see it and just see it, and now you're getting a groove. You're feeling consistent.
Yep.
That team that's what they did the whole first half. They're like, oh my gosh. Josh Naylor and Jose Ramirez were just playing catch with each other on who could hit the most home runs in the first half. And then Quan's like, hold on, maybe if I just swing a little harder, I'll hit the ball farther. And now all of a sudden he is on pace for almost 20 home runs, a little under 20 home runs this year, which is absurd. You got David Fry. You have all these. You have Noel, who all of a sudden has 7 home runs? 7 home runs now.
Yep.
Dude, he's
6 or 7.
He's barely played.
Yeah, literally.
If you really think about it, the dude is barely played, and he is putting on numbers. Angel Martinez, I think he will be, in the sense of he will be one of the best number 2s that we will ever have also. He gives me that Jason Kipnis consistency. He can hit the ball out if he gets a good piece of it. But for the most part, he's going to drill you a line drive in the gap. He's going to get you a single. He's going to get you an infield base hit. Like, he's a guy that I love this team. I don't know. I just think about it, and it's like, no matter what they do in the trade deadline, pitcher, hitter, nothing, they're doing it for some kind of reason that is beyond our understanding.
Yep.
And whatever they do, I'm 100% behind it. But
absolutely.
I would still love to see a little bit of a bat.
I agree. Another big thing that I wanted to mention, of course, we talked a lot about the farm system that the Guardians have, one of the top ranked farm systems in all of baseball. we have players waiting there that, have been dealing with injuries, have been sent down to AAA and AA, to refine their skills, whether they've been called up or not. With the way that our farm system is set up now, again, I hate to have you dig into the list or anything like that. Is there anybody, or are there any positions that you would be okay with parting from for a bigger bat, whether that be outfield, infield, anything, whatever it is?
Yeah, I get what you're. Yeah, yes, 100%. I was just thinking about this, and by the way, thank you to all the viewers. I think I see we got 5 viewers up in here. I appreciate you guys. Comment down below. Give us some questions. Give us some prompts, some stuff to do, some stuff to talk about. We'd love to get you guys involved in here. Don't forget, leave a like and subscribe. Follow the channel for all the content. But we appreciate you guys to death. So thank you. Just wanted to drop that in real quick as I saw there was a good amount of people in. But
of course,
nonetheless, yes, I was just thinking about this earlier. I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier, actually. Kind of people that I named. I was like, listen, if you have to get rid of, and I think about it like this: you just got the first pick in the draft, so that's almost like nowadays, with all the intel and statistics that you have, the first pick is almost just like a guaranteed starter in the MLB. I mean, Paul Skeens, who was the Orioles? Why am I blanking on his name? Not Jackson Holiday, but who'd they draft? Gunnar Henderson.
Adley Rutschman.
Like you draft these dudes and like these dudes are killers nowadays. So it's like, that you just drafted a dude that's going to be a killer. So now you have this farm system. This dude's got to go somewhere. He's going to come into the league somewhere. He's going to take another prospect's job sometime, at some point. So you got to start coming down to decisions on who that's going to be and what you're going to, and you need to make the decision before it makes itself. You need to trade those players and get prospects back in return, or get the player that you need now, because when Bazana comes up, then you automatically fill that gap that you lost in trading those prospects away. Now you felt nothing. Now you're sitting there in a position of, you now have someone who's helping you win now, and you have someone that's going to help you win later.
Yep.
So now you're in a good position where you have leverage, and you still have a farm system. We have so many players in the farm system right now. I mean, we've seen half of them. Rodriguez. You got Manzardo, DeLauder, we haven't seen yet. I mean, like, you got these players. You have them. Some of them have seen some at-bats. Manzardo's seen some at-bats. Rodriguez has seen some at-bats. They weren't ready. It's fine. They're young. Yeah. So what are you going to do about it? Because someone in the chat, Tyler Ron said, can't get rid of Quan. That is a fair statement, Mr. Ron. That's absolutely fair, and we won't. I don't believe we will. Quan is a goat among goats, and if we get rid of him, will be a sad day in Cleveland.
He's a diamond in a rough.
He is. He really is. And Logan Hornak said, we need Paul Skeens, and yeah. Yeah, I wish we could have drafted Paul Skeens.
Man.
I wish we had the option to do that. I would have loved that. But we appreciate here. We got the comments rolling in just like we requested. I appreciate it, guys. Bring them in.
Yes, sir.
But you're right, Tyler. We can't. You're right. We can't get rid of Quan. We will not. They will not. No. If they will not trade Quan, they will sign Quan.
It's not even a possibility that he's traded. It's really not.
Quan is a weird player because he doesn't have a market value that you can just look on. You can't just go, oh, he's this kind of player. How much money in the market does this kind of player make? Quan is a diamond in a rough. A guy that you a 1 in a million. A small dude with a fast bat who hits for power. Like, that is like it's almost incomprehensible on like the player he is statistically.
It's unheard of.
Yeah, it is. And like Ichiro is maybe the closest player. Maybe the closest player you can even think of. And the difference between them is Ichiro chose speed his entire career.
Right.
Quan took the other way and said, you know what? I'll lose some speed, gain a little bit of muscle, and then start hitting some bombs. Yep. So now Quan's not as quick maybe, but he is way more powerful, and it makes up for all the little lack of speed. So I don't think Kwan's
100%.
gonna go anywhere. But I don't.
100%, especially with the failed project of Miles Straw, which we really did hope that even with all the defensive success that he had, offensively we just couldn't get that guy going. Which was sad to see because he was a good player in our lineup and he definitely showed some fire. That situation when we played out in New York, I think it was 2 seasons ago, when the fans were shouting stuff at Quan and he goes up and he jumps up on the wall and is in those fans' face
Yeah,
talking to ish.
yeah,
I think
because he knows. I mean, Straw was a dude from New York. I mean, he was a New Yorker prior to being a Guardian.
yep,
So he's a dude that, he knows those fans. He knows
yep,
those fans used to cheer for him. And he's a guy that, and especially Quan, it's just like, he's one of those dudes where he's such a nice dude. He's such a genuine dude. And he's just so good at the game and he plays the right way that you can't disrespect him. It almost just makes you look like you don't know anything about baseball because
yep,
no reasonable person would ever have a bad thing to say about him because he's just a great player, a great dude, and a leader, someone that,
absolutely.
I mean, you saw him. He hit the home run to go ahead to get that 4-3 lead that they would end up holding on to win the game. He was hyping as soon as he hit it. He looked right into that dugout. He was telling them to get up and get loud. He's saying, "Let's go!" Like
Let's go.
we've been struggling. We have been down a little bit. We have not been at our best. But like look at this. Like we are playing the best team in baseball. We are winning. Like this is it. This is what you play for. No matter how dark and bad it might be, or how big of a slump you might be in, like we're playing now as a team. Like you can still do something right now to win the game, no matter how you did in the third inning. You get that bunt, that sacrifice bunt, a Bo Naylor random sacrifice bunt that gets you a run. He does that not for his own statistics,
No.
for nothing more than he looks over and gets that sign and does his job correctly, no matter what. No matter if he had 15 strikeouts in a row prior to that, no matter if he knows he's gonna get out, he is saying, "I will go and give this out away to score a run. That is my job." And as
There's
long as the team does their job and we are winning games, you can't sit here and give anybody in the lineup any kind of disrespect because they're winning. They're doing their job, and it's kind of like in the NBA where you have those role players who people that you look at and you're like, "Oh, I could beat that dude if I saw him in Planet Fitness or if I saw him in LA Fitness. I'm busting him. Like like this scrub." But then he goes and you see him and he ain't missing a shot.
nope.
Why? Because he's a role player. That's his role.
Right.
His role is to do his job. That's what you do in the NBA. You could be the best in the world, but that's your role.
Yep.
You're in your role. You're playing with LeBron. Like LeBron's LeBron. You are not you're a role player. You're a scrub.
Yep.
Like get your minutes, do your time, do your job and get out. So
And I think it's a fair point that you mentioned Naylor because he is one of those players that no matter, you hate to harp on him. He's only has a 202 batting average, which isn't very good. But as a catcher, in those situations where you're getting the sign to sack bunt, sack fly, whatever, get contact, at least get that guy on third, get the ball into the outfield and get that guy from third home. That's
yeah.
all that those guys need to do. And I think Naylor is one guy who has found his role, regardless of what his statistics are. I don't think and again, it's not that he should care. It's just that there's no reason to care because when you're
No.
winning games and you're playing your role to par, you're gonna have success 9 times out of 10. We looked at the whole lineup here, 1 through 6. All of them had a hit today. At least one hit today. We
Yes,
had
I saw you that. Yes.
Freeman, Rocchio, and Naylor all were without hits today. But that's not necessarily an issue when you have guys getting 1 or 2 hits a game, especially those guys like Angel Martinez, Joe Kinsey Noel, whether that be a Freeman, Rocchio, Naylor guy, whatever it is. As long as you're contributing and doing your job, win or lose, that's what we're looking for the most. It's always a good thing when we win, of course, and when you're able to contribute and get us one of those runs that puts us ahead or puts us in position to strike and score and take the lead. That's all that we're looking for is as long as you're playing your role and you're doing your job, that's the number one thing for us right now, as we are the number one team in the American League. Just got to keep it going. Just got to keep it going.
It's all it is. It's momentum. It's momentum. This is a game of momentum. This is a game of goods and bads and ups and downs and lefts and rights and all that. And at the end of the day, the best teams are the teams that just strap it in and just do their jobs. Just lock in, know the task at hand, and they do their jobs. And I mean, yeah, you said it. You said it. The bottom lineup, they don't have hits today. It sucks. It's one of those things where you sit there, and if they would have lost this game, you would be sitting there like, damn, we need the lineup. We need the bottom three. We need the bottom three. And other than, to be honest with you, other than Naylor, 7 and 8 are the exact two players in which their jobs are at the highest stakes going into the trade deadline.
100%.
I mean, it's easy. It's Freeman and Rocchio. It's your shortstop and your center fielder. When you look at every trade possibility and all the rumors, it's been a pitcher, a center fielder, or a shortstop every single time. And why? Because you have Rocchio and you have Freeman, who are very spotty hitters and very inconsistent, and they're down right now, and it happens to be the worst time to be down because it's the trade deadline. So
Right.
now you're sitting there with a spotlight on you, and now you're playing with even more stakes on the line than even just yourself putting the pressure that you're in a slump. You're now in a slump, and hey, I'm fighting for my job.
Yep.
So, I mean, you have Sheeman. You have Sheeman as your kind of fill the Freeman Rocchio spots and kind of does it and flips them both, and I like that. I like Sheeman a lot, but I think Sheeman fills one of them, and then I think you get someone to fill the other one, or you live with that hole in your lineup for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And it's
And
just
you deal with it.
and just deal with it. I mean, if you put Sheeman in this lineup today, I think it's the best line. If you put Sheeman in at center, it's your best lineup.
Absolutely.
It's your best lineup. I mean,
And
Sheeman was the only one that didn't play. I think that should have played if you're
Yeah.
talking best lineup.
And another big thing, like looking at that outfield, knowing that Freeman's mainly our center fielder, bearing any switching of positions, whether Fry's going to be out there, whether they move Noel out to center field, it's nice knowing that we have a decent amount of candidates for those positions. Like out in right field, of course, you know that not all the time. Obviously, I know Will Brennan's been dealing with injuries and his own issues. It's nice knowing that you have guys that you can throw in there that have that experience, especially when they're playing at home. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I always loved playing at home when I was playing sports. I think everybody can say the same thing. They'd much rather play at home than on the road. Those guys, for some reason, the ones that can't get the hits always going, like a Freeman or a Rocchio or a Naylor, Brennan, even Schneeman, when they're at home, those guys actually do contribute more times than they don't. Obviously, we see a little bit of an opposite case when they're on the road. But if you're able to have those guys rotate in and out, and whether you're at home or whether you're on the road, as long as you have a set lineup that you know, okay, our strength isn't playing on the road. These guys know how to contribute on the road. That's the lineup that you're going to want to stick with. When you're at home and you have some of those days where, hey, this guy's played right field, this guy's played designated hitter, let's give him a day off. Let's throw somebody else in there. That's when that matters the most, because then you can throw those guys in there and know that, hey, these guys play better at home. These guys are more prone to getting on base, contributing, getting hits, whatever, sack flies, whatever it be. That's what you want to see. And that kind of piggybacks off of the whole thing of, do you want to ride this out with who we got? Do we want to go look at somebody in the trade deadline? It's really kind of hard to gauge and tell what you want to do, because you know that some days you're on, some days you're off. But as long as we have those top 6 guys, hopefully Martinez can continue to be that everyday guy. Noel, big fan of Noel. Love to see him in the lineup most days. But with Freeman and Rocchio and some of those other guys that are rotational, play this day, play every other day kind of guys, it's it might come down to just kind of dealing with it and hoping that your top 5 guys can kind of keep the season rolling along and get you through these games to where you only have to contribute once in a while or here and there. you can't expect too much out of these guys, though. That's the main thing. We can't let it get to our heads and think we got to blow this up. We got to get rid of this guy or that guy. It's a process. It's always a process.
Yeah. I don't think there's. I don't. I would hope nobody is panicking. I would hope nobody is completely sitting here like we need to reset the ship, because we are in no way, shape, or form in any way, or should we be worrying about that. And that's real talk. Like there is no reason we should ever be panicking right now. If you're looking, I mean, this is this is a team that did make a package for Randy Arozarena that was confirmed, that they did go out and they did put out a package for him. They tried to get him, which does show that they know what they need to do. They hear what's going on. They know what they need to do, and they're gonna try to do it. Now, are they gonna be able to do it? They know they're a small market team. They know that they have a little bit less than other people to like the little they have a little less firepower than the other team, than some other teams, and so they know they're gonna miss out on the Randy Arozarena because he's gonna go to LA, of course. Like that's just obvious. Like you know, like regardless of what, like yeah, there's, as soon as I saw he went there and I saw that the Guardians tried to get him, I knew, like, yeah, you're not winning that. Mm-hmm. You're not. And that's going to suck. And that's the thing that we need to, like, hone in on, that we definitely are. Like, it might be somebody that we're sitting there like, who? Like, I know who you are, but, like, why? Like, maybe a dude that's, like, I don't have an exact name to give you right this second, but any kind of just middle tier dude that, you know, isn't the Randy Arozarena, that big name dude, but is still going to be a piece that's maybe better than a Freeman. We know a guy that's going to be a little more consistent. Maybe he has a little more power. Maybe he has a little more speed. Whatever it is. And they might try to do something like that, but them getting Randy Arozarena, or them trying to get Randy Arozarena, it opens up a lot of questions to, is the outfield what they're going to attack? Or was that just they saw a guy that they like the Rays organization, they have good ties in the Rays organization with trades, so they were sitting there like, oh, maybe we can get this guy at a little bit of a deal because we do deals with them a lot and they like us and we're good. So maybe if we just throw together a package that maybe isn't the greatest, and they know that, but maybe they'll accept it because, you know, just relationships. Yep. And I think it's one of those things that you have to sit there and you can't look too deep, because it is the Rays, and we trade with the Rays a lot, and it's one of those things where they could have just sent out some low ball offer and prayed, but nonetheless, I think something's gonna happen regardless. They're gonna make a move now, regardless of the magnitude. We'll see. But they're going to make a move. I just don't know who it's going to be. And with the fact that Randy Arozarena was on the market, I look at people like Luis Robert or people like that, and I wonder, like, are the Guardians sitting there with their thinking caps on trying to make packages for these dudes? Are they, like, is there more behind the scenes that we don't know of? Are they trying to put these things together? You know, we kind of get this information through the secondhand people, so yeah. It's one of those things where you don't know. We don't know what they're trying to do, but it does show that they're willing to do something and they want to do something. So, as a Guardians fan, you sit back and relax, and every time you get a message on MLB about a trade, you just pray that you see the Guardians name there, and you 100%. Pray, and you're looking to see the day that something happens, and we get to hop on the microphones and start blabbering on.
So, another thing, I know we talked about these players and their roles with the team. I do want to mention, though, and I want to kind of get your insight on this. What would you, or how would you feel if the Guardians were to give Arias another chance at shortstop and not give Rocchio as much time as they have been?
All right, so my personal opinion on it is, if I look at it from an 162 game standpoint, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't know how the Guardians see this, but like, I personally think Arias is the better player.
I agree.
From an arm, from a fielder, from a power, from a hitting perspective in general. I know Arias is just the same as Rocchio in the
Pretty
same way
much.
they both are streaky. But I think in an 162 game season, I think Arias is just giving you better numbers throughout every category: fielding, hitting, all of it.
100%.
Like
Totally agree.
I really think that they like Rocchio has gotten better at fielding. He has become a very decent fielder, but his bat is like, and the difference is that Rocchio, to get a single, to get those hits, he needs to hit the ball. He
Yeah.
needs to put contact on it.
Yep.
Arias can bloop a single because of sheer just power.
Power.
That's the guy you want if you're thinking about two of the same exact people because they are literally the same.
Yep.
Except Arias is, in my opinion, just the better fielder.
Absolutely.
That's really it. Like,
Absolutely.
that's exactly, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I think Arias is the more the answer than Rocchio. I think they're just giving Rocchio the time because they already gave Arias the time a little
Yep.
bit last year and a little bit this year in the beginning of the year because he was hot.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of were like, all right, we're gonna send you down to AAA, maybe let you to kind of get your swings in, maybe get hot down there so you can come back up and get hot again. But we're gonna give Rocchio a chance because we haven't really seen him through a long period of time to see how he kind of settles in. And right now he's settling in like quicksand, and he's falling into the vicious baseball trap of just slowly falling down and down and down and down, and the span between getting a hit becomes farther and farther and farther.
Yep.
Where a player like Arias, I think, just with the connection of the team, I think he fits the scheme of the team a little bit more. I think he helps us more in the sense of, yeah, he gives you a player that is going to give you five, and in a 162 game season is going to give you 5 to 10 more home runs than Rocchio is. That's
Yep.
5 to 10 more runs, potentially more if there's people on base.
Yep.
And that's that's like minimum. Like that's a guy that he might be able to give you 15 home runs in a season. He could do that. If he plays in a whole 162 games, I think he's a player that gives you 15 home runs. I think he's a player that can potentially win you a gold platinum glove. Like I think he's a guy that has the ability to do these things. I think he just hasn't, and just like Rocchio, they haven't been good enough to earn themselves the ability to settle in.
Yep.
They just haven't earned that right. They haven't earned it like Jose or like Lindor, where they were so good that it was like, okay, now no matter how bad you are for this year, you are playing the entire year because
Right.
we want to see how you play. Neither one of them have done that, so now the Guardians are just flippy floppy, play this person here, because nobody's been like, hey, I'm the guy that you can play every game and know that throughout an entire season, I might have ups and downs, but when you look at the whole statistical season, you're gonna be like, wow, he had a pretty good season. He had a
Right.
solid season.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I'd say give Arias a chance, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see a name get popped up in the trades and they go get a shortstop. Like
Yeah.
that would not surprise me at all. Just because I mean they've both gotten their chances and they haven't proven to be. Arias I think has proven a little bit more, but they both haven't proven that we're the person, we're the guy you're looking for.
Yep.
They have potential, but none of them have done it yet. So
Right. And you know what? I totally agree with that. I was going to say I think Arias 100% should have another chance, especially as we, of course, near the biggest part of our season, most crucial time of the year. I think it's fair to give him another chance and kind of see what he's able to do. From a shortstop position defensively, much better than Rocchio, much more smooth with his transactions of getting the ball up in his glove, obviously to first, second, whatever it is. Playing his position is difficult, of course. Shortstop's a very, very challenging position to play. But as a team that has had issues with shortstop since the days of Francisco Lindor, this is a time when you want stability, and it's hard to find stability, especially on a team that hasn't had that stability there for a couple years, like I mentioned. Um, but that's where you want to find that, and especially in guys like Arias, who has shown flashes. Rocchio has shown less flashes, but some, at least he's shown some. It's becoming much more obvious that they need to change things up. Obviously, the rest of their infield is pretty concrete, but switching things up and trying to find kind of new life in that position that's been kind of lackluster the last few series in the last month and a half, maybe 2 months. It's an issue that needs addressed now, pretty much. Looking ahead, though, going into Detroit's game against Cleveland tomorrow, Bybee's going to be on the mound pitching against Flaherty, who is a potential trade candidate, of course. I guess maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see Flaherty uh, end up getting traded. Of course, he was a trade from I think he was traded from the Cardinals to the Orioles and eventually made his way from the Orioles to the Tigers in the last year-ish. Going to be another big game for Bybee. Of course, we mentioned on Wednesday he was dealing with some leg cramps and had to come out of the game. He looks like he's good to go, which is definitely a strong sign to see. That's another big series again tomorrow. We only play the Tigers. I believe it is a quick 2-game series. Yeah, so it'll be a tomorrow and Tuesday game, and then a quick flip back into Cleveland to host the Baltimore Orioles, who we know, of course, are a heavy-hitting team, like to score a lot of runs, especially with their offensive-friendly just team overall. Obviously they have a really successful team and are neck and neck with us at the top of the American League. These next 2 games against Detroit, huge. These are really big, kind of how we go into August. Of course, we're going to end up closing the month against the Yankees, who are always tough to play. That'll be a huge series again. And I'm really hoping that we see a lot more fluidity as we go into the next month. I'm hoping that we see the right lineups being constructed by vote. Of course, he's had a great rookie season as a manager, his first time as a manager. It's something that you just don't see nowadays with teams. You don't see these teams that have had their offensive and defensive struggles in the last 2-3 years. A team that a lot of people were writing off, maybe even a third, fourth place in the American League, or in the American League Central, I should say. It's something you don't ever really see. And so for the Guardians to be in this position right now, still dealing with some of the issues, of course, with the lineup and finding, I mentioned it, big word, vocab word of the day, concrete, finding that lineup, that's the big key right now. Whether they make a trade or not, keep that lineup as consistent as possible. Keep Joaquin Noel in that lineup. Keep Angel Martinez in that lineup, and continue to mix things around because we've talked all about it the last 30 minutes. The goods and the bads of Cleveland playing at home and playing on the road. We know that they have their fair shares of issues at home as well. This is a big time of year right now. So this is when we have to hone in, lock in, and hopefully continue to knock out these series wins.
Yeah, and you said it, and I did want to say one thing before I kind of get into this rant about what you just said, obviously, and retouch on it. But nonetheless, I did have a question for you. You talked about the Cleveland Guardians' success at home this year. You harped on that a lot. You talked on how you think that like this home, it's a weird thing because I agree with you and the statistics agree with you. Obviously, this team is a way better home than road team. This team has a lot of success at home. I mean, and to be fair, they're 21 games above 500, so they have success regardless anywhere. I mean, you're 21 games up, you're okay. But I did want to ask you, when you really look at the schedule and how we have played these home and away games and how we've lost home games and how we've won away games, you're looking at a team that beat the Rangers on the road in a series. You're talking about a team that beat the Orioles away in a series. You're talking about a team that has had, honestly, more success against good teams on the road than they have had good success against home teams. You're talking about a team that just went to Philly and beat the Phillies. You're talking about a team that when they're on the road against these good teams, they all of a sudden grow a big pair of cojones and they walk into this city like they own the place and they come out with the W. Like
Yep.
it's nothing. And so I say all this to be like, what do you think contributes to the fact that this team can lose to the White Sox in a home game series and then go out and beat the best team in the MLB in a road series and then lose to a team like the Yankees at home where you're playing better, but then go out and beat the defending World Series champions at away, or go and beat the Baltimore Orioles, the most flaming hot team in their own ballpark?
Yeah.
Like what contribute, like, is that just baseball, or is it a little mixture of like something happens on the road where this team like just pulls it together, pull out the big guns and just lock in? Because I mean, I've looked at it a couple times through the schedule. It makes no sense. It doesn't. I mean, this team just the way they win and lose games sometimes is very interesting.
It is. And something that kind of answers a little bit of that question is, and I've been saying it all year, in last year and the years past, we always found ways to lose games, no matter whether we're in position to win, position to strike, or it's a team, again, that you're like, we shouldn't lose to these guys. The White Sox, Athletics, the Nationals. I mean, just a couple teams to list off. In years past, we've always found ways to lose games in various different fashions, and I think this year has really, really been a total flip from what we're used to seeing. They're finding ways to win games in the craziest positions, whether they're down, whether they're in position to strike. They are getting the job done, which is huge. So with that, looking at playing these teams on the road or playing the White Sox at home and having struggles, whereas then we go and play the defending champions at in their home stadium, a big time difference too, going from Cleveland to Texas, or heading out onto the West Coast and playing the Dodgers or playing the Giants or the Mariners, whoever. It's almost as if the consistency doesn't necessarily have to play a factor, because it's kind of uncontrollable, I would say. The fact that they're able to then have these quick turnarounds against these teams and ultimately pull out and get the series win. It's kind of hard to lay a finger on exactly what contributes to that. But again, I think it is the combination of a couple different factors, being these guys are playing with somewhat of a chip on their shoulder, knowing that, of course, small market team, everybody counted them out. They have a chance to come in here and beat the teams that they're like, wait a minute, the Guardians are rolling right now? These are legit? That's a big thing, is knowing that around the league, you're earning the respect of your fellow peers and the teams that you're playing against, knowing that, hey, we have kind of a puzzle piece together lineup, but we're still the best team in the American League, and we're still winning all of these series that matter the most to us. I'll highlight it and I'll underline it. There's a couple different things that probably play into that, but the biggest thing is them knowing that they always have a chance against any team. And every day, I honestly, I could look at the last month and probably tell you I went into that game thinking we were going to win that game. Every game I go into, I expect the Guardians to win. And that's kind of unheard of, especially for a team that is a puzzle piece together lineup. Obviously, you have your mainstays of Naylor, Ramirez, Kwan, of course, Fry's becoming that kind of guy. Jimenez has always been that guy. It's nice knowing that even when you have to puzzle piece your lineup together, you're still able to win these series, and you're still able to put everything together to succeed. It's honestly a phenomenon to me that they're able to kind of have these games where, they'll lose 7-0 to the White Sox, but then they'll go and they'll beat the 63-24 or 63 and 30 whatever Orioles pretty comfortably. It's kind of like I said, phenomenon. Honestly, I don't have a necessary answer to that, but like I said, I think there's a few different things that you can kind of touch on and throw in there as a contributor to their overall success. But at the end of the day, as long as again, you expect the Guardians to win every day, every series that they go into, you want them to win, and you expect them to win. Dropping a game or two here and there, of course, isn't going to kill our momentum. That kind of thing is something that not many teams are able to possess, is knowing that, hey, if we lose a game or two in a row, that's not going to kill our confidence, and that's not going to kill our kind of fire that we feel underneath our feet to go out there and win. There's always, always, always a chance for something crazy to happen, especially in games where you find yourself down a couple runs. The Guardians, I look back and I kind of compare them to, very lightly, the Cardiac Kids.
Oh yeah.
Whereas they have this holy power on their side that's like, where is this coming from? What is the reason? What is the factor that is contributing to such a highly successive season and a highly I guess you could say offensively successive season, whereas again, they're not really known for putting a lot of runs on the board. They're not known for hitting home runs as often. It's a phenomenon through and through. It's a phenomenon, and I think as we roll into next season and we get Vogt back, obviously as our manager going into year 2. I think that'll be something that we may be able to answer in 6, 7, 8 months time. Whereas, as the season's been going, it's like we kind of just have to roll with what's we're doing good, and we just kind of have to roll with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while you were talking about that, we got a nice little message here. Keep it up, boys. Love what you're doing. We got a nice little comment on the show today. So just
Thank
wanted
you.
to shout that out. I did real quick, just while we're here, just to get the energy up a little bit. I was gonna make a video to post on the Instagram real quick, get us going on a live show, get some energy up in here. We got a couple people commenting. Got some nice words and stuff. We got a couple people watching still. We appreciate you guys listening to us.
Absolutely.
Hearing us ramble on about the Guardians, and you made a lot of good points, man. I mean, this is a weird team, and nonetheless, this is a team with a lot. Oh my gosh, we just randomly spiked the view count real quick. Okay, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You guys are all gonna be part of this little Reels video we got going. We're gonna get the party started. We're gonna get some people in here as we encroach upon the hour mark. I know the show isn't too long, but we're gonna try to get some energy in here to end the show, to get some positive vibes in here.
Absolutely.
We are live. Come check out the YouTube stream right now. Let's get this show rolling. Let's get the energy high. The Guards win the weekend series. We need to get this energy going, guys. Let's go. Get the YouTube link in bio right now. Let's go. Let's get this place bumping. It's time. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. We had such a good weekend this weekend. The Guards are hot. We're hot. Browns are officially in training camp down in the mountains. I mean, what a better time to be alive and to be a Cleveland fan than right now, baby. I mean,
absolutely.
This team was a little on and off to start the year. Not even the year, just to start this second half. We had a couple questions, a couple inconsistencies. Jose hasn't been that hot. Josh Naylor has been injured and was out this whole series. May we add to that? We did not talk about that fact.
No, we didn't.
This team is without Josh Naylor this weekend and still took 2 of 3 games against the best team. So it says a lot about this team. It really does.
Quick drink break.
I mean, I don't know. I get like excited when I talk about this team, because it's like the one thing that we don't, the one person, not person, but the one thing that I think the thing that we haven't mentioned as much is that we have a dude named Daniel Sheeman who literally plays every position that we need help on and has done it with such consistency that it's almost scary. I mean, what a guy to just come in here from the minor leagues. He's an older dude, you know. He comes up here with a difference than everybody in the sense of he has a little bit more to lose.
Absolutely.
He's a guy that when he goes back down to AAA, if he ever does, it might be the last time he ever comes up in the MLB until he goes to a different team.
Right.
Like he's a dude that he genuinely had to step up, and he did. I mean, and he has. It's not even just did. He has. Every time he's in this lineup, he has shown you that he is a factor, someone who can not only hit but field and play that position that you need filled. And it's someone that honestly, if I'm a Rocchio, I'm an Arias, I'm a Brennan, I'm any one of those guys, I'm sitting there twirling I'm a Freeman. I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Who's coming in here mashing the ball? Who's coming in here playing every position that could possibly be asked? Who is this guy? Like, what is he? How is he just coming in here and just doing what I need to do? And he's also doing what he needs to do and what he needs to do. And it's like, that's a guy who comes in the lineup and just does what he's asked. And it's one of those things where we don't contribute to how hard that is to play multiple positions, to go and practice multiple positions and be able to hit and still hit the ball while also trying to like learn how to play short and learn how to play third and learn how to play second and learn how to be in the outfield. Like, it's a guy that's takes a lot of balls, and
it does.
He steps up, and just same with Angel Martinez. I think they both came in here and were just like, we are going to establish ourselves in this lineup, and we're gonna do it dominantly, and they have.
And that's a fair point. And kind of to piggyback off of that, you mentioned, of course, Naylor, and you mentioned, of course, Schneemann and his success playing at multiple positions. Another guy that is a multi-position guru, I would say, is David Fry, Mr. Utility. He has had a huge year as our all-around utility guy, coming in and playing any position, anything he's called on, or any position he's called for. He says, "Put me in. I'm ready. I'm ready to play." And whether he has his slumps, because you can't expect a player like him to come in and consistently perform every single day. He was honored this year with earning a All-Star selection. Huge honor for him, especially as his first successful year in the league. But seeing that, without the revelation of David Fry and the revelation of some of these other guys, you're still looking at your core four being Ramirez, Kwan, Naylor, and Jimenez, and thinking, man, outside of this, we don't have much concrete, again, another vocab, concrete positional wise that's really consistently performing. And for these guys to really step up and really contribute and make a huge difference this year, I mean, like you said, it's so fun to watch. And whether or not you can pinpoint exactly what is the leading factor for those kind of scenarios, at the end of the day, it's so easy just to kind of sit back and be like, you know what? These guys have done it all season. They're going to continue to do it. And there's no reason really, again, to kind of lose faith or have any doubts against these guys, because you know that when the time is right, they will produce and they will come out with exactly the kind of moxie and the kind of attitude that they need. That's been a huge factor for Cleveland this year. And I'm really hoping that it's not kind of a one-off thing where we see this year and then it kind of fades away. I have full confidence that this team is going to be together for a good amount of time. And I personally think this is just the beginning of a really exciting time in the era of Cleveland Guardians baseball.
No, you're right. And this is something that, as a Guardians fan, as a Cleveland fan, you hope that this doesn't end anytime soon. And this isn't a point to brag or anything like that, but the Guardians have a very good track record of staying up here, being here for a decently long period of time, and finding those dudes that all of a sudden carry the torch. And I mean, they've done it. They're doing it again. They had the number 1 pick, which shouldn't have happened, but they got blessed. They got handed this absolute I mean, they got handed a beautiful team that's just, it has flaws, but every team does. I mean, you're talking about the fact that we're sitting here like, oh, what are we going to do? And we have these struggles. Like, yeah, it's the same thing that the Dodgers are talking about. That's why they're trading.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that the Yankees are talking about. That's why they're trading. There's a reason why all these teams are trading multiple people and trying to get all of these different pieces. It's because they're lacking in them, and their depth is terrible. Well, we're sitting here like we're one player away from being like the Infinity Stones, and we feel like we're one pitcher away or one hitter away from like locking a World Series. We're sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, like if we get one pitcher, one fucking hitter, we're talking about a team that the Yankees are sitting there like, what the hell is going on in Cleveland?
Right.
Like these they're looking at the stats and they're sitting there and they're like, what in the hell is in the Lake Erie water? And I'm telling you, it's blood. It is poise. It is a team that is so ready to just go out there and just do their job and just win by just breaking you down, by literally just making you crumble mentally because you're sitting there in a game that you're down by 1, but it feels so helpless because the bullpen is shoving 7 innings and 0 hits down your throat. I mean, when you're the Phillies and you get a rookie who only allowed really one person to do anything of value, and then the bullpen shuts down the rest of them, including the one dude that gave you trouble, you're sitting there like, what the fuck? I mean, you got. I'm being serious, and I want to say excuse my language, but like, no, it's not even excuse my language. I mean, you're talking about a team that you're just Cade Smith is throwing 97 down your throat, and then you go to Nick Sandlin, who throws at a I don't even know what kind of angle he's throwing at. He's hitting you with different slurves and curves. And then all of a sudden Gaddis comes in. He's throwing 97 with a changeup that's about as dirty as it comes. And then what? Who's after that? Then you just get Scott Barlow, and he shouldn't even be good, but he's so good. It's stupid. I mean, you're talking about a guy that could barely sniff 91, and no one can hit him. And then what? And then you're, oh yay! And then here comes the closer, and it's Clase throwing 101. A cutter? It's cutting?
What now?
You're talking about a guy that's throwing 101 that's on one side of the plate and ends on the other? Ridiculous. I mean, this is a team that, like, you actually, like, are praying that you get a bad starting pitcher, because if not, if you get through 6-7 innings and you are losing to this team, you are done. They're going to literally just... They're like a snake. They're just going to slowly wrap their fucking body around you and just suffocate you for fucking 7 innings. They're literally just going to shove relieving pitchers down your throat until you can't take it anymore.
Until you just have no other option.
It's ridiculous. I mean, there's a reason why they've been the best bullpen in the major league. Not for the first month, not for the second month, but for every fucking month that we've been sitting here talking about this, that we've been looking, they're the best bullpen in baseball. Why? Because they literally, it's just, they breed greatness. You get Gaddis last year. By the end of the year last year, you were sitting there wondering if Gaddis was going to be on the goddamn team this year. And now he's one of the best relievers in baseball? Like, when the hell did that happen?
I 100% agree.
I mean, you get a dude like Cade Smith? Like, who's Cade Smith? That sounds like a PC name. Cade Smith. That sounds like the most generic base name, and that's just no disrespect to him, like whatever. But Cade Smith, I mean, really? The dude throws 97 miles an hour, and nobody's touching it. I mean, nobody. Schwarber was 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, and then Cade Smith walked in, and then all of a sudden he looked like paper mache. I mean, this is the Cleveland team that you're talking about right now. I mean, a team where they can pinch hit somebody who just hits a home run. I mean, it's happened with Bo Naylor. It happened with David Fry. It's happened with so many different people. I mean, like, a team that they had the option to put Josh Naylor in as a pinch hitter today. They didn't even have him playing. They could have just pinch hit Josh Naylor. They could have been like, you know what, Rocchio, we don't want you to play this one, so we're gonna have Quan go into the outfield this inning, and then we're gonna have Martinez, or not Martinez, you're gonna have somebody come in and play short, and then guess what? Now you're chilling. And it probably would be Martinez. Martinez probably would come up and play short, and then now all of a sudden you have Josh Naylor in your lineup, and it's like, here you go. Like, now we have a fresh Josh Naylor. Like, it's one of those things where no matter how much we sit here and are like, we're one player away, we should also just be so happy to the fact that we're one player away. Because we're not. This lineup has every potential to do it right now. We're just saying they could get one more player, because if they do, then they are literally just locked and loaded to absolutely run the Major League Baseball Association.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's it, man. I mean, it's insane.
I couldn't have said it any better. And honestly, I think that's a great way to kind of end our conversation on the Guardians. Looking ahead at our future conversation for the Guardians and future shows, of course, we're going to hope that Josh Naylor can make his way back into the lineup and, find his way back into his groove, especially in a huge, very critical time of the season. We're going to hope that Cantillo can continue to develop, and we're going to hope that by Wednesday, maybe we'll have some topic of conversation regarding the trade deadline and a possible trade acquisition for the Cleveland Guardians. But with that, I think that kind of wraps up our conversation, unless you have anything else to add about the Guardians.
Listen, I said it. We've said it so many different times. I posted about it on the pages. Just don't ever give up on this team. Not yet, not ever. And honestly, it would take an entire month where they lose like almost every game for me to even sit here and be like, oh shit, what is going on in Cleveland?
Yep. I haven't once had any doubt in my mind.
No, because this team you're still looking at a team that has refused to lose more than 3 games in a row. They don't lose more than 3 games in a row. That's a team that literally knows how to avoid skidding out no matter what. Like, they know how, like, that's the difference between why we are still 5-6 games above the division, is because when the division crashed out, they lost 5-6 games in a row. 7 games in a row. When we crash out, we lose 3 in a row, and we start to be like, oh, God, and then we win again all of a sudden, and we're like, oh, never mind. Okay, that's cool. We just decided to start sleeping for a little bit, which is fair. I mean, this is a team that's, once again, has one of the hardest schedules coming up for the rest of the year. You're going to have to let them lose. They're going to lose. You're going to have to. If you are a Guardians fan for the rest of the year, like, it's just, you're going to have to accept that we're going to lose 2-3 games in a row. This is not going to be the last time that we're sitting here like, uh-oh, what is going on? But guess what? It's going to be the same thing again. It's going to be the same thing.
If you put that in perspective, too, of playoff series as a whole, the fact that their longest losing streak is 3 games, I mean, shit, imagine they end up starting a series and they end up going down 3-0. I would still have, like, a decent amount of confidence that they're able to rattle off a couple good wins in a row. Even if they're down 2-1 or 3-1 or 3-2 or whatever, I would not be worried until that series is over and done with that the Guardians don't have a chance. I would not have one single thought of the Guardians are out. They're done. They always have a chance. Again, I mentioned it, and I kind of alluded back to the days of the cardiac kids, the Guardiac kids, whatever. The Guardiac kids are in full swing now. Class is in session. Class A is in session.
Mm-hmm.
You better be ready for it.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely into the fact of that. And I did want to let everybody know that due to special request today, and I won't dive too deep into it. We're gonna, not we, but at least me, we're gonna have a little bit of a night show. I'm gonna be sticking around today for a little long time. I'm gonna be sitting here and we're gonna talk. We're
Really?
gonna chat. We're gonna get deep, not deep, but we're gonna sit here. I'm gonna let I'm going to let the post go through a little bit. We're going to get some people in here. We're going to get some energy. And I'm just going to sit here and we're going to talk. I'm talking chat to streamer talk. We're going to sit here. At least me, I'm going to answer questions, do all that jazz. We're going to keep a show going today, all right? I might take a quick little break to remake another cup of coffee. But other than that, I'm here. I'm locked in. And we're going to be locked on some Cleveland sports for the rest of the night. So get your blankets, get some popcorn. Let's get cozy because we got a little bit of a night show coming here. Once again, the night show strikes back.
There we go.
Nonetheless, yeah, I think that does it for the Guardians talk, man. I mean, that's a solid minute of Guards talk. And to be fair, they're giving us a lot to talk about, so we can't complain. I won't complain about that. But
not at all.
Nonetheless, man, I mean, the Cleveland Browns are down in West Virginia, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're down where they were last year. Same thing. And Kevin Stefanski made it a point to note that this is his favorite time of training camp in the off season, is going down and spending this time with the guys, because when you are on the road, even if you got back-to-back road games or you're on the road and you got that stretch where, you might have just lost a game, but you're still on the road and you got to travel and prepare for that next game, and you got to put that game behind you, and you got to keep moving forward, and you got to get another win. Like, this team is showing you. I mean, they showed you last year that they had a very close-knit group, and I think from the way it looks, the group has only gotten closer. I mean, a team that had nobody not show up besides, other than the Amari Cooper thing that got fixed. I mean, there's not, for the first time in a very long time, Cleveland has stayed the absolute fuck out of the media. They said, fuck that. We've seen how they treated Deshaun. We've seen how they treated our team, our coaching staffs, everybody. Every time we try to do anything that would get any media attention, we get shit on. So they said, we're good. We're going to hop off the scene for a little bit because we're done with you guys. We're going to do our thing. We're going to lock in. We're going to go into the mountains and we're going to train. And the only thing I will say that I've so far, the news and information I have for us is Deshaun Watson looks like Patrick Mahomes. Njoku's going to have a great season. Nick Chubb's running fully in practice and doing agility drills. By the way, this dude is not even 9 months removed from having knee reconstruction surgery. He squatted more than me and Dom sitting on each other 3 times, 4 times probably. I mean, the dude literally squatted a whole brick chimney on his back.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that I think he's robotic, maybe. I mean, they had to have done something to him, because there's just no way that, like, you're not but less than a year removed from having your knee completely reconstructed, and you're telling me that you're sitting there like nothing ever happened without any traces? Nothing? I mean, a dude that they're literally, like, I think at this point, they're just trying to keep him out of practicing because they don't want people to think he's not human. I think they're genuinely just like, hey, you're not going to practice today because we don't want people to think you're good yet. Like, you shouldn't be, so we don't want people to think you are, because they're going to question us. Like, this is a dude that's not human. I mean, a dude that you literally are sitting there like, how?
Yep.
I mean, we don't have the video of him doing the agility and stuff, but we did hear, we had multiple reports that he is doing full running drills, doing full running agility. Like, that's insane. I mean, that's absurd. And I've only heard a little bit about the Browns so far. I've seen a lot of videos and good highlights, and everybody looks like they're having a good time and all that. But other than that, I mean, yeah, Deshaun Watson looks like he's coming back for some vengeance, and Nick Chubb looks like he's coming back to reclaim his throne as the top running back in the league. So I'll leave that one off to you for the Cleveland Browns talk, man, because I know this is your team, man. This is your team.
This is my team, man. I'm glad you alluded to that. But the main thing that I want to, of course, you mentioned Chubb, unreal in terms of his rehabilitation and his ability to defy the odds and defy what doctors say and all the expectations that people had for him after this injury. He is putting everything to rest right now, and he's making a claim to make his return this season and return to form. Another interesting aspect of the training camp that I want to mention is the fact that David Njoku hasn't had a chance to practice yet while down in the Greenbrier. This is day 3 now of training camp, and no Njoku, but he's been practicing on the side, which means he's at least out there and he's getting some reps. Not the reps that are needed as we near the season, but the reps that are needed as he slowly gets through some of the issues he's been dealing with. Nothing too serious there, but you don't want to push your star guys too hard during training camp. We know how things go with that. Another interesting aspect is that wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has not practiced yet in the Greenbrier, but he is close to practicing, per Kevin Stefanski. Outside of that, though, everything else has been going really smoothly. Greg Newsome, our star cornerback, and Dalvin Tomlinson, who's our star defensive tackle, both dealing with injuries that will unfortunately require surgery. Nothing too major, of course. They will hopefully be ready to go for the start of the season as per the Cleveland Browns. They're hoping that both men will be ready to play and get going as the preseason ends. I know we have 4 games in the preseason to get through. Definitely you don't want to rush those guys. Those guys are starters regardless. They've been in the league for a few. Newsome's been for a few. Dalvin's been in for. He's a veteran at this point in his career.
Oh, yeah.
So two professionals at their positions. Of course, you want to give them the much needed time off to get back into shape and get back into game speed. But with that, though, another important thing that I think we may have talked about it once or twice, as we referenced the newest hiring of our offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey from the Buffalo Bills. Apparently, as much as the
Don't
Browns,
talk about it. I don't even want to hear it, man. This is the only thing that has made me mad so far, man. This is the only thing that is starting to make me just, and it's yeah. You go ahead. No, I'll let you continue because before I rant, because I might have to lay in a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah. So I do want to mention that, as Stefanski made it clear that Dorsey's offense is going to be the main focus this year, and it's going to be a lot more focused on what he thinks is right for this team and his vision for how the offense should look. Stefanski will still remain the play caller in 2024.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Just give me 1 second.
I can give you as many seconds as you need, fella. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I have a couple mixed feelings on it. But,
okay. Nope, we're back, and we're locked. All right, first and foremost, this is the most bullshit thing I have maybe ever heard in my fucking life. I'm going to be so for real with everybody that's listening, and I'm going to post this too just because fuck this. There is a 0.0% chance in any way, shape, or form, in a realm, in a possibility, where you hire a motherfucking offensive coordinator with such a stature, with such a high level of praise from people, and no matter how his time in Buffalo ended, because I don't believe that was his fault at all, no matter how it ended and no matter what the people talking and chattering about him was, Ken Dorsey is like the best coach that we could have offensive coordinator that we could have possibly hired for Deshaun Watson, and we aren't even letting him call the goddamn plays. This is a guy that turned Josh Allen into a beast. This is a guy that ran Buffalo's offense to a point where they consistently made the AFC Championship game or close to it every single year. I mean, this is a team. This is a guy that isn't just this isn't just a guy you're hiring. This isn't just an offensive coordinator with a little bit of experience. This is a guy that has shown you that he can take a dude just like Deshaun Watson and make him a guy that is like a Patrick Mahomes. And we're sitting here and we're not even going to let him call the plays? I get it. And listen, I love Kevin Stefanski to death. He is the GOAT. We're talking about a coach that actually came in here and brought winning ways into Cleveland. But at the end of the day, we have been questioning his play calling since the first day he stepped into this office, into this Browns facility. after Baker Mayfield. He worked for Baker Mayfield. He does not work for Deshaun Watson. The way that they run their little play action thing, which I think Deshaun Watson is good at, but nonetheless, Deshaun Watson is a guy that just like Josh Allen creates plays for himself. He is a dude that if you give him a play and wide receivers that have decently open routes, and let's say the play goes wrong, he's a guy that can get you out of trouble and make a play. He is a playmaker. He is not a dude like Baker Mayfield, who I'm not going to say wasn't a playmaker, but he's a guy that if you made a good system around him, he can fit in that system and work in that system. Deshaun Watson is a guy that you give him a system and he will make it better by just being better, by just being by being quick, by being able to get out of a sack and make it a targeted throw, and on the run, a target throw to score a touchdown when you need it the most. This is a guy that can do that. He has the ability to do that, and I just think that Kevin Stefanski has shown, and especially just the last 2 years, that I don't think Deshaun Watson is the kind of quarterback that fits in his scheme. And I thought that getting Ken Dorsey was his way of acknowledging that and being like, you're right. I am not the guy for this job to call the plays for Deshaun. I need to get someone in here who can, so I can worry about the things that a head coach needs to worry about, which is the off-field junk, making sure your players are good, they're happy, they're not upset, they are buying in, and that they are, and you, like, I don't know, man. I mean, it brings me to a whirlwind of emotions, because I thought bringing Ken Dorsey in was Kevin Stefanski's way of being like, okay, this guy can work with Deshaun Watson in a way that I can't, and I'm going to let him get the potential out of Deshaun that he sees and that I see in a better way than I can, because his scheme and his play style, they work together, and ours just isn't the same. But here we are, and to be fair, we could be saying Kevin Stefanski's calling the plays, but Ken Dorsey made the playbook. Like, that we could be saying, we don't know how it's going. We don't know the kind of, the level of, the high praise or whatever the responsibility of Ken Dorsey will be, but we do know that Kevin Stefanski will call the plays. And to me, I mean, unless the playbook was made by Ken Dorsey and Ken Dorsey is in his ear telling him his ideas and his philosophy at all times, I think this is a really, 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 really poor move. And I don't think they should have let Stefanski make the decision in general. I think they should have been like, listen, we respect you. You're going to get an extension. We want you here for a long time. But with that comes that you need to be a head coach. You don't need to be an offensive coordinator. You need to be a head coach. You let Schwartz run the defense. It's time to let Ken Dorsey run the offense. And it's time for you to be a head coach. Because guess what? You're a 2-time coach of the year. You're a pretty goddamn good head coach. So why not worry about the things you're really good at more and stop doing the things that you're not as good at, which is being an offensive play caller? I'm sorry, but like at least for Deshaun, that it wasn't the same for Baker, but it's the same for Deshaun.
And I will say, I agree with everything you said, but I also have somewhat, I don't know if it's necessarily a disagreement or it's just I kind of see things differently. With the whole Stefanski calling plays and all that, and obviously you mentioned you let Schwartz have his defense and you should let Dorsey have his offense and you should be the role of the head coach. I think one thing that Stefanski does better than the rest of the 31 other head coaches in the league is that he's able, and he's shown that he's able to have a fair balance of both. I think we more see the offensive side of his duties, especially on TV when they're showing, what he's doing on the sideline, this and that, as we see in training camp videos and all this, press conferences, whatnot. He's able to have those characteristics that a head coach needs. And he's shown that he has those, but he also has those characteristics that an offensive coordinator has, and one that one needs. Of course, he's a former offensive coordinator in Minnesota. Came here, did similar duties. Obviously, worked alongside Alex Van Pelt in the past. Now that Van Pelt's gone, he's having Dorsey's offense be the main focus as we look to kind of find the full potential of what our offense could be. Again, you mentioned the two-time Coach of the Year. With that, I just have such a hard time kind of arguing the fact that he shouldn't call the plays, because we've seen that with what he's able to do and what he's able to put together, it hasn't necessarily created too many issues that have been notable offenses to where you're like, all right, this guy needs to go. I know a lot of Cleveland fans are pretty quick to jump on the gun and say, get Stefanski out of here, get somebody in here that's going to call the plays better, no more screens, no more this and that. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of it has to do with the situations that they're playing in and the scenarios that they're trying to avoid. And with that, I mentioned two-time Coach of the Year. He has that experience and he has those characteristics of both positions and both coaching duties, I should say. And I do think Dorsey should have a lot of say in his offense, and I love the fact that they're rolling with his offense and his playbook and all of that. But at the end of the day, I think until we really know that Stefanski shouldn't be the play caller, I think let him have those double duties, and of course let Dorsey have his say in the offense as well. But don't discredit everything that Stefanski's necessarily done.
No.
It has worked quite well.
Yes, no. And I definitely want to state the fact that I 100%, like I said, I like Stefanski is gonna get an extension. Stefanski is going to be our head coach for the next 5, 10, whatever they decide years. I do not agree with any of it. I will not doubt the fact that he's got to be top. I mean, he's got to be top 5 coaches in the league right now from just a general standpoint. He is a coach that, I mean, he's gotten an entire team to buy in. He has a team that people will accept, maybe taking a little bit less money to come and play for this team, to come and build with this team, to come and be one with this team, just experience this bond that is beyond football at this point. I mean, they're building their roster construction has been so deeply rooted in the fact that they are like, yeah, we could go and get a better player than you, but we think you're going to fit our locker room and we will get the most better potential out of you than we will this other guy, because you are going to fit our scheme and you're going to buy in. And when you buy in, you automatically, and you play for the team instead of starting to play for yourself, you automatically become a better player. That's why you see those people get big deals and they go and they play for a different team and they're just not the same player. It's because they bought into a system and they were so deeply rooted in that system that they knew their role. They knew how to do it so well to the point that it made them look like they were just this guy, because every single person on that team was bought into the same goal, and it was just a well-oiled machine. I mean, like butter. Yep. Butter. And we just got another little spike of viewers. Welcome in, everybody, as we are talking about the Cleveland Browns right now and Kevin Stefanski and his inability to relinquish the offensive playbook. Not saying that it's a bad nor a good thing, but just putting our opinions out there on what that looks like. I mean, it's an interesting thing, man. Nonetheless, I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, it's here. Kevin Stefanski is keeping that play calling abilities. He's not going to relinquish it to Ken Dorsey, and I mean, Ken Dorsey's still going to play a really big factor in this offense. I don't think that's in question. I mean, you don't hire the guy for nothing. And another thing that we don't talk about is, I mean, what is Mike Vrabel's job on this team? I mean, you're talking about a dude that was just a head coach. I mean, a guy that just got out of the NFL as a coach, a younger guy who
and a former player, a former highly touted player himself.
Yeah. And a guy who has Cleveland roots, a guy who's been here, done that, I mean, he came here. He could have got a head coaching job, and he came here. to just be a part of the front office, to just kind of be a guy, you know? And it's like, what is his job? Is he going to be on the field? Because I'd love to see him on the field every Sunday. I hope they get him on the field every Sunday because, I mean, that's just a presence. That's a guy that just loves football, loves people, and just loves the coach.
And especially on the defensive side of the ball, which, of course, we saw the massive success, the historic season that the defense had last season. I could only imagine that Vrabel is going to give everything that he's got and to be able to not so much as just one of your fellow head coaches around the league, but now a true member of your coaching staff. He's going to be able to give those guys information and advice that is going to go miles for these guys, no pun intended. That is going to absolutely throttle a lot of these guys' development, especially as some of these guys, I mean, you see even the depth pieces for the Browns, especially on defense. Those guys have fire. Those guys are dogs through and through, DAWG dogs. And those guys are coming out here, whether they're starting or not, whether they have third down, roles, or whether they're coming off the bench for an injury. Those guys are always ready to play. And if that's what we saw last season, with guys like Vrabel on our coaching staff now helping with that defense and giving these guys that fire and a lot of that information that they need that they may not have gotten in years past based on inexperience at the coaching position or just a lack of knowledge overall, Vrabel is going to bring that, and it's going to show dividends. I can guarantee it on the defense. Guarantee it.
No, yeah, I mean, absolutely. That was a pick and a decision. Not even a decision. That was just a pickup, an addition to the team that I think people haven't really talked about enough and really haven't acknowledged enough to the fact that, like, he could have went and coached, literally coached, whether it was a coordinator or a head coach. He could be and should be in one of those positions on a team somewhere, but he is literally sitting in the Cleveland front office or whatever he's doing, and he's just there, and he's just living. And he's a guy that, like, Ken Dorsey, I mean, Schwartz, Stefanski, you're talking about three dudes that are leaders, that are engraved in the coaching world, and then you just add a fourth, someone who isn't even technically a coach, but is such a coach that it's almost just having another head coach. I mean, that's such value. That's value bigger than anything that could ever be, I mean, even put into words. That brings so much value. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think I'll clip this because I really do want to get the people's opinion on this. This isn't a thing that I've been thinking about for a fairly long time now. Is this the best time to be a Cleveland sports fan ever? Like,
I don't know about ever, but I think
name me a time that all three Cleveland sports teams were playoff bound in the same year.
Probably the 90s. Early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Cavs, Indians, Browns. I mean, that was a time when
were the Browns even
up until about 93, the Browns were like, I mean, they were in the thick of things no matter what.
Well, when did we lost the team in
95.
95, that's what I thought. Then we got the team back in 99, or 2000 to 99 in between that.
99.
So, yeah, I mean, do you, like, that's a real, like, if you're looking at it right now from, like, Myles Garrett stayed here in Cleveland and wants to be here for the rest of his career. Jose wants to be here for the rest of his career. Amari Cooper wants to be here for the rest of his career.
D-Mitch.
Donovan Mitchell wants to be here for the rest of his career. Nick Chubb should be here for the rest of his career. I mean, what are we missing? You're looking at all three Cleveland sports teams are playoff bound, and it's looking like it's going to be that way for the next 3 to 5 years. So
arguably top two, if not one or two, I think definitely it's right up there with top time to be alive as a Cleveland sports fan. I do think so.
Yeah, I mean,
I do
I
think
don't.
so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, like, there's a lot of. I mean, listen, Cleveland, like, as much of a bad rep as it gets, like the Indians are always are they're consistent. I mean, they had a little bit of a 2000s, early 2000s, 2010 slump a little bit. But other than that, I mean, this team, you're talking about a team that consistently drives themselves to the playoffs. The Cavs have been back and forth, obviously LeBron leaving and coming back and all that. And the Browns have been the one team where really in our entire lifetime we haven't really seen anything more than a 1 year glimpse of success until now. We're finally at the point with last season and the season before that and the season before that we can finally sit here and be like, okay, we're finally a team where every year we can expect to at least compete. And that's more than we've ever been able to say. So like I mean, thinking about it like that, and then thinking about it as the Cavs are basically a lock every year. The Guardians are, I mean, they're setting themselves up to be a basic lock every year. And the Browns have already set themselves up to where they're going to compete every single year, no matter what. And obviously, the NFL is a little different where there's a year where there could be a year in the middle of all this that they go do insanely good and just don't make the playoffs because the teams are that good. I mean, you're looking at a time in Cleveland where all year round there might just be playoffs going on somewhere or something. I mean, obviously right now is a period of time where there's nothing going on and we didn't have a hockey team to cheer for besides Columbus and they didn't make it. So, yeah, I mean, you're sitting other than this little period of time, we could be potentially sitting here in the summer talking about the Cavs being in the finals. And then we can be sitting here in October talking about the the Guardians being in October playing in World Series baseball. And then right after that, we could be the same team talking in January, February about how the Browns are one win away from making it all the way. Like,
Yep.
this is we're at a period of time where if all three Cleveland sports teams won in the same year, you would sit there and be like, yeah, I mean, it's almost like, yeah, you could see it happening. It's one of those things where it's not impossible. It's not one of those things where you're like, this is not fucking happening. I'm
Right.
scratching this. We're the fuck Cleveland? Hell no. Now people are like, shit, what the fuck are they cooking up in this Lake Erie water? Other than hepatitis C.
I was gonna say, other than some kind of crazy disease,
Yeah,
I don't
other
know.
than like some kind of STD. What else are they cooking up in this lake? And apparently it's just a bunch of people. I mean, you can look. Cleveland was in the top 10 or top 15 for the most amount of Olympic athletes that are representing a state.
Yeah,
I mean, it goes beyond just what we talk about. I mean, Cleveland is on the rise from
they are.
every little standpoint possible, man.
They are.
And I mean, we're here. We're here, and we're still talking about it, and people are excited to listen, and that's a crazy thing because at one point in time in our lifetime, people couldn't have cared less.
Yep.
you
Yep.
know, Cleveland sports was on a the Browns sucked, the Indians were wishy washy, and the Cavs just lost LeBron.
Nothing without LeBron. Yeah.
Right, like the Cavs just lost LeBron, and there was no one else to cling on to except you just pray that one of these teams figures it out. And typically, weirdly enough, it was the team with the lowest fucking payroll every single time.
Yep.
Which is just crazy to think about, but nonetheless, since we are doing a little bit of a late stream here, at least with me, you can kind of do whatever you want, Senor Dom. You can keep yourself in here. You can bounce
I am.
when you can
I am
bounce whenever
unfortunately
you.
gonna have to bounce here in a couple minutes. My timer is running low here, but
Nah, you're good, man. I was just gonna stick around and talk for a little bit and kind of talk about the future of Cleveland. We can. I want to get some comments from everybody. Where we've had a weird influx where people have joined and unjoined, and people are coming in. And we did have a couple new subscribers today, so I do want to thank everybody for subscribing, for liking, for watching the stream. we work hard to bring you guys your daily Cleveland sports content. You know, we
do.
try our dandiest. It might not be pretty all the time, but you know, we are trying, and we get
We are
better
trying.
every single day. But nonetheless, Dom, if your timer's ticking out here, we'll before I go on a little intermission and make a coffee, and we get back in here to some more chat. I'm gonna we can get you out of here. We can do a little exit here. Obviously, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. We had some good intake. It's a great weekend.
It was a great weekend, and it was a great, even greater show, honestly.
Honestly, this has probably been one of the highest energy, most exciting shows. I mean, even from just the chat to, you know, the people watching to the comments. We got nice comments. We got nice good comments. People saying things of all kinds of natures, and you know.
We appreciate it as always. I appreciate it. I appreciate it tenfold because both of us here, we're both trying to work through this. We're both learning, of course, getting better as each day comes around. And every time you guys leave a like, a comment, a subscription, whatever, it does so much for our confidence and in terms of where we want this show to go. You guys are the absolute foundation for what we're going to be able to do.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I'm just going through right now. I mean, literally just at this current second, I look into the Instagram, man, and I look on the video I posted right before we went live. I'm looking at it. That shit, it's got 282 views on it. You know, that was 2 hours ago. You know, the video I posted a couple days ago. I mean, all of these are in the hundreds, 200s, 300s in views. We appreciate every one of you guys. Whether you guys just watch a video and scroll past it, or whether you leave a like and subscribe, and whether you're a daily listener or you just tune in every once in a while, we appreciate you to the grave as we continue to push forward, you know, navigate this weird and interesting show that we are trying to bring to Cleveland. We want to be the place that you go for everything, all your Cleveland sports. But other than that, Dom, I mean, it's been a pleasure, man. I don't know if you're frozen or not. We might have lost him. We might have lost the kid. Oh, we did. Oh no. Oh no, guys. We lost the kid. We did, guys. We lost the kid. Oh, he wants to join back. Hold on, guys. Let's get him in here. Suspicious. Guys, he ain't suspicious. We're good. He ain't suspicious like that.
No.
What's up, Dom?
Definitely not suspicious like that. I told you, man, my timer was ticking. My computer was dying there, and I didn't have my charger on me, but I ran and got it. I felt like it was very rude to dip out like that.
Brother. I wish you would have said something. I would have tried to get you out a little faster, man. But
no. It's all right. No, I wanted to have a true exit. I didn't want to just dip like that.
Hey, and listen, you know what? You have it, man. You get your true exit, all right? Because we appreciate you, Dom, and we want you to get in and get out of here, man. We want you to have a good rest of your night. We want you to get out on some good energy, man.
Absolutely. Before I head out, is there anything in the chat that anyone's saying like you know, last few minutes or right now or anything like that?
A lot of just, you know, positive comments, positive energies. Really, the last couple comments have all just been keep it up, lovely content. Like not necessarily questions. We got 3 viewers in here, so nonetheless, I think we're at a little bit of time where I might have to take a little bit of a breather for a second.
Go grab you some coffee.
Yeah, regather myself some thoughts so I can. I'll make a little post, see if we can get some people in here, get some energy in here, and yeah, I mean let's see what we got going on. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Let's get some energy up in here. I want to finish out on the last 30 minutes when I come back. I want some fire. I want some energy. I want some heat. All right. I want some absolute heat.
I may even stop in. I have some things I got to take care of, but I may even hop in the chat there. I may join up and go ahead and shoot
Good.
some questions at you and
Good.
continue this going.
Good. I want everybody. Let's bring some energy in here because
Yep.
I'm literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave at 9:45. I promise you by 9:50 I will be back with a coffee, fully energized, and absolutely ready to kill the last 30-45 minutes of this show. And we're going to come out here. We're going to answer questions. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on the guards for the rest of the year. We're going to get some Browns in because we all know we love some Cleveland Browns. We're even going to get a little bit off topic. We might even start dibble-dabbling into some other topics today. You know, we got some breaking news, some trades around the league. I mean, people are going places that nobody really expected, to be honest with you. Seattle started buying, and the Tampa Bay Rays started selling. So
the Cubs are buying, and they're
the
at the
Cubs-
last place in the division.
Yeah, I mean the Cubs. Well, I don't even know what the Cubs are doing. They traded some poor dude in the middle of his game. I mean,
That was sad.
that's sad, man. You couldn't have waited 40 minutes for their game to end. You had to just let the guy go. I mean, nonetheless, that's absurd. But we're coming on about 2 hours here on the stream. We appreciate every one of you guys for watching for this goddamn long. I'm not going to lie to you. And whether you've come in and out or dibble-dabbled or whatever, we appreciate you to the grave.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're 2 hours into this thing, and I feel like I could go for another 3. So, but nonetheless, Dom, we appreciate you, my boy, once again, co-host of the Daily Dose Show. You can see him every single episode, back like he never left. I mean, the kid brings energy that we've never seen before. He brings knowledge that you may never know about. But we're gonna put some energy into the last 30-45 minutes of this show. I am gonna go to the bathroom and get some coffee, and we are gonna come right back with some more energy. I mean, hold on, chat. I don't know what you guys want to listen to, nonetheless. But I'm gonna put on some tunes for you guys for 5 minutes while I disappear into the realms real quick. Let's see here. You know what sucks though, chat? I gotta play songs that won't get us canceled.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna get some really crappy music on the low key, some unheat. I could play instrumentals of things maybe. I think it's just lyrics that hurt me. So
Yeah.
shoot.
Hey, man.
You guys want instrumentals?
Play it safe, man. Do what you gotta do.
Nah, I got you. All right, Chad. Everybody say bye to Dom as Dom goes to go do his nightly dues. You know.
Sir, it's getting late, man.
We're
Bedtime.
adults.
Right around the corner.
We're adults out here. Shoot, I gotta wake up in the morning. I wish this was my full-time job. Listen,
Facts.
guys, get me to the point where this is my full-time job. I don't want to ever do anything other than talk to you guys about Cleveland sports for the rest of my life. I would love it. Dom would love it. We would love it. So let's make it happen, damn it. Let's get this going. Let's get the ball dropping. All right? Gosh, and I just realized going and editing and clipping this 4-hour show I'm about to have is going to be a nightmare. This is why I love you guys. So you guys better like and subscribe for this.
You guys keep us young.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys make me feel old because I'd be up. And I'd be balling. But nonetheless, Chad, all right, everybody say goodbye to Dom. I'm going to go put you guys on the Be Right Back stream, and I am going to go to the bathroom and go get some coffee in me. All right, Chad?
Yes, sir.
I will be back in 9:50, 9:51, 2, whatever. If I'm a couple minutes late, don't scrutinize me, all right, guys? I gotta pee. So, all right, Dom, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother. We will see you on the next episode live Wednesday, of course, like always. We will see you then. Until then, everybody say goodbye to Dom, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes. So you guys stick in tight. We will be right back in just a couple of minutes. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And I'll be back. But Dom, you got anything else to say to the stream before you dip?
I do not. I just want to say thank you to everybody that stopped in today, all our friends, family, whoever. We love y'all. You guys are our saving grace, and you are the motivation that we need to continue this. Keep going, keep building, keep getting better every day. And of course, you'll see me every episode, Wednesdays, Sundays, whatever time we go live. You'll see me there. You'll see Alex there. Not often I have to cut out early. Not that it's so much early. This is just a long stream, and Alex is feeling like taking it over. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. You guys can't see us right now because you guys are on the Be Right Back screen, but nonetheless, we're vibing. The energy is high. I'm feeling great. I mean, the Guardians won the series. I feel like all I want to do right now is just talk about Cleveland sports, and what better way to do it than to talk about it with chat, talk about it with you guys. So let's crack open a couple cold ones and let's start talking some Cleveland sports on this Sunday night. Let's get the week starting right. Let's enjoy our night together. Shoot, fall asleep to me on talking to you. I don't care.
There you go.
We'll be good. We'll lock in. So let's lock in together, Chad. All right.
Do it.
Let's lock in together. We got 5 likes on the stream. That's low key a high for.
Let's go.
That's a high for a stream current. Hopefully that number jumps when we end and and it gets posted tomorrow. Hopefully we get some more views. And we get some more likes. We appreciate you guys. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna throw some music on for you guys, and I'll be back. All right, give me a couple minutes. We love you, chat. We love you guys. From Dom, have a great rest of your night. From me, I will be back, and we will have a great rest of our night together. So let's lock in on the Daily Dose Show.
All good? Bye, buddy. Yep, I'll join the stream. Don't worry. Yep. All right, man. Deuces.
Chat. We are back. We are back, Chad. We're here. What's going on? What is going on? I'm still alive. Next 30, 45 minutes, I'm going to be chilling with y'all. We're going to be vibing, and we're going to be talking about whatever y'all want to talk about. So let's get into it, all right? Drop some comments down below. Drop some questions. Let's get going. Let's just end the rest of the day. Get this Sunday. End it right. Let's end it together, all right? We just got someone else in the chat. Let's get going. Come join me, ask some questions. Come like, subscribe. Let's talk. Let's end the night off together. Cleveland sports fans. Let's just talk, alright? Let's get it. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? What is poppin'? How are we feeling on this fantastic morning? It feels like morning. It's not, though. We're not there yet. It's not midnight yet. It's a Sunday night. We got good vibes coming in, though. We got crazy vibes coming in. Am I still there? Are you serious? Chat, come on now. Are we still here? They're sleeping on us. That's how much they're sleeping on us right now. Chat, I'm trying to get people in here. I'm trying to post it up so people can come on here and join. We gotta get some more eyes up in here. Trying to get some eyes up in here. Let's get this going. Here we go. Alright, chat, we're here. We're live in the flesh. Sorry. I wanted to try to get y'all up in here. I'm trying to get some more people all up in here. How are we doing today, folks? Let me get this music off. And you know what? We're gonna try something. I don't remember which one this is. It might be this one. It's not this one, chat. It's not this one. Hold on. Yes. It might just be this one, chat, but we're gonna hold on. Let's get this going. Chat, what's going on, guys? Let's get some vibes up in here. Chat. We're here. We're so here. I mean, it couldn't be any more of us being here today, chat. Let's lock in. Let's get this going. There we are. Back to the normal grind. I swore I made a different scene that made things a little differently here, ladies and gentlemen, but nonetheless, how are we doing today, folks? What's going on? How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? We had a great day today. I mean, it's insane. It really is. It's insane. It's an insane thing to think about. We had some good vibes here. The guards won. We're looking at a W of a series here. We just beat the Phillies. The vibes are absolutely immaculate so far. And honestly, with you, I was looking, and you know how MLB gives you the daily MLB will give you the vote for the player of the game. I mean, the fact that it was even in question, it wasn't Big Christmas. A little disappointed. A little upset there. Big Christmas was the player of the game 100%. You know, there shouldn't have even been an option. It's just Big Christmas. Maybe Quan, but Big Christmas. All the way home. Here, let me there we go. Let me fix that up so I'm a little more on screen. And there we go. How's everybody doing tonight? We feeling good, guys? We feeling great? We feeling ideal here because I'm feeling great. And to be honest with y'all, folks, I don't know. All I'm saying is we're feeling great. We're feeling fantastic. And I'm waiting on y'all. Cam, how are you, man? I'm fantastic, dude. It's Sunday night. The Olympics are on. The Olympics have been going on. Cleveland's in absolute just amazement right now. I mean, the guards are high. The Browns are getting ready to go and start cooking. You know, how are you, Cam? How are you? What's been going on with you, man? I heard you're into fighting a little bit. I'm heard we might need a new Cleveland born fighter. You know, Stipe's the last person who's done it. We might need a Cam Chancellor in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we need a WNBA team. Well, we're getting a women's soccer team, so does that count? Like, you know what I'm saying, Cam? Like, do you accept that, or do you accept the women's soccer team, or is it have to be WNBA? Because I think regardless, we're stepping up in the women's game because we had nothing before this. So, but a WNBA team, I mean, what do they call? What is the name of your hypothetical WNBA team? Because like we gotta really think about this. If you really want one. No WNBA. Well, yeah, from a business standpoint, no WNBA. I mean, it's just a failing business, but I think there's potential. If they would start, if you know what. Yeah, it low key works. Okay, it works, but like it shouldn't. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just it's right there for everybody to see it. Team name. Yeah. Nah, I believe it, Cam. I low key believe it, man. I'm in. I'm in on it. We gotta get Caitlin Clark on the team though. Gotta get Caitlin Clark on the team. That's hot. That's crazy talk. My bad. That's hilarious. Nah, bro. There's no bad. We're vibing here. It is what it is. I'm not gonna say it. I think that's the best team name I think you have the best team name the WNBA would have. So they need money, man. And if the Cleveland Coochies came in, then we're hot, man. When are baseball playoffs? Oh, dude, we got October, man. Spooky season. We got plenty of time. The guards are gonna get hot. Life's gonna be good, and we're gonna be triumphant, man. We're gonna be triumphant. 100%. Yeah, October comes around, it gets cold, man, and they still be playing baseball. This is absurd. I mean, we're bowling out here tonight, folks. I don't even know. I could sit here and answer questions and just talk all day. What y'all like? We can look something up. Y'all trying to watch something or something like that? Like, you guys want to see Jackenzie Noel's home run? Like, I can show you that live, 4K HD, ultra wideband. If that's something y'all want to see, I mean, listen, I'm in for whatever. You guys just tell me what you want to see. I'll make it happen. You know I'm in for the vibes. We've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm still ready to go. I'm still feeling good. I need to flood people in here. We need to get people going. You guys want to? No. Are we doing it? Chat. Josh Giddey highlights. I'm in on it. But all right, let's really talk about it. Though. They just let it slide. The NBA and OKC let it slide, and it's not even like Josh Giddey is that good. He's barely even him. He's not even him. He's not there. He's not even the best player on his team. So, like, why are they backing him? For real. That's real talk. Cam, you bring up a great point with just talking about highlights. Y'all want to see some Josh Giddey highlights? Oh, we got 3 viewers in chat. Chat, are we trying to see Josh Giddey highlights? Talk right now. I need W spams. Wasn't it legal? Well, yeah, it was probably the state. Because, like, in Ohio, the age of consent is 16. So, like, technically, if he did the same thing in Ohio, it's not, like, illegal, I guess, in a sense. But, like, it could have been. And it could have been one of those situations where she definitely could have capped about her age and had all of her friends cap. I mean, you still should never get yourself in that situation to begin with. But, like, she could have pulled the 18 card for all we know. And she could 17. I mean, it's a 1 age difference, but you're going to jail. So you're like, who knows? But chat, listen, someone else just joined. Are we watching Josh Giddey highlights? Because I'm going to put them on right now. Like, right now, chat. We're about to watch some Josh Giddey highlights. Nah, because hold on. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Oh, chat. Are we really watching this?
I work at a pharmacy. People.
Chat, we're about to watch Giddey highlights, I think. Oh, man.
Struggle to pay for their insulin. I did too when I had just.
Chat, I ain't letting you hear that. Chat, I ain't letting you hear this ad. That's an ad. No ads here, chat. Shut up. I can't skip the ads, chat. I can't skip the ads, but we're watching Josh Giddey highlights. Chat, we're watching Josh Giddey highlights. Oh! Hell insulin ad, for real. Oh my god, he's cold. Chat, what is he doing? Chat, that's insane. That's cold. Guys, pause. How is that? How did he get through the lane with that? What is that? Brother thought he cooked with that. Look. What is that? Who is this? Who is that? Trash, chat. It's just layups. He's a layup package. Bro's a layup package, chat. Oh! Oh, yeah, he can hit the 3-ball, chat. He's wet like water.
See Giddy having to make his move. There's a floater coming up over Wood. Here comes Detch. Detch is going to have it knocked away by Giddy. Pull your way right to the rim.
This dude is
Now the
cold,
Thunder
chat.
want to run. Giddy keeps it himself and takes it up.
This guy is cold. Hold on.
Block on a guard
Hold
last
on.
night as Giddy pulls it.
Green.
Ready for the Thunder.
Chat, I can't. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be so for real. Never again. Never again, bro. I never want to see Josh Giddey highlights ever again. I didn't see one dunk. I didn't see one good 3-ball. I mean, he was wide. I mean, what the fuck was that, chat? What was that? like guys, what was that actually though? Like, what the fuck? All right, we need the next point of conversation, not Josh Giddey, guys. I guess apparently the only thing he's good for in the highlight department is not on the court activities. You guys like my Darth Vader mug? Real talk, chat. Is that a W cup or is that not? See, I was gonna get my face cam up, and then it would just be the Windows thing, and then I could just, you know, I could just easily, you know, we could play videos and you could watch me while I play videos, but that's a lot of work, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know if I have anything to do such a thing with, but oops. Here, hold on, chat. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna figure this out together. I'm gonna see if I can find something to do here. Let's see. What's this all about? That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. What is this? That didn't do anything of value, guys. Chat. This isn't good. I don't think it's saved, guys. That's so not good. All right, we'll go back. Sorry, guys. I thought I had my face cam thing up here, but I don't. I guess I could probably figure it out, but chat, let's go. Let's get some more shit. You know what? I know exactly what is going to bring the mood in here, guys. You know what? Hold on. Hold my beer. I know exactly what is going to get us riled up. I know exactly what to do in these kinds of scenarios. Okay. Chat, give me 1 second here. We're going to figure this out.
Replay poker. As many of you have seen, because I've streamed it before,
you guys get ads, chat.
Replay poker is a
you guys can hear, but all right, chat. Listen, nah. Better than Josh Gordon highlights because we already went on our rant. I'm pissed. What the hell? Here we go. This is LeBron's 23 best highlights with the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron. Oh my God! I mean, listen. We're the first play in, and this is already better than Josh Giddey's highlights. We're one play in, and this is already better than the Giddler. I mean, how are we feeling about this, chat? How are we truly feeling about this? Are we feeling some kind of way? Because, like, Is Josh Giddey just that fucking terrible that his fucking highlight reel is worse than LeBron's in one play? 6 seconds in, and it's better than his 9-minute video?
They'll trade to the right corner. Under and then back over top and throws the hammer down.
Chat, that's
Shot
tough.
clock is down to 5. Nice fake by James. Oh, he stuffs.
I wish y'all could see my
Get
face.
ready for your Kodak moment. Fakes baseline, goes middle, the flash ball
Take a picture.
goes off.
Take a
Poster
picture, chat.
time
It'll
from the
last
king,
longer.
LeBron James.
Where is Sean Livingston?
Oh, great. No.
Wait a minute. Nah, because Sean Livingston cooked the Cleveland Cavaliers for an entire series, an entire playoff series. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I ain't playing no Sean Livingston.
Look to Zizic, who puts it home.
Oh my God, the deception.
Everybody, even myself included, thought
Come
that
on,
ball was going to
Chad.
Kyle Korver right
Look
there
at
for
this.
an easy 3. Cavaliers have to continue to move the ball. LeBron waits his way.
Oh my God, Chad.
His hit there
Oh,
squared
nah.
off. He fired it down so
That's
hard.
that boy.
L-Trade dunks on the whole team. Throws the hammer down.
Oh, that's
Green
tough.
trying to reel in the rebound. It does. Korver off the hand of LeBron, who picked up the loose ball behind the back. Just like they drew it up.
You got butter to jelly. You got to have eyes in the back of your head.
Listen,
Great
Giddey's
memory
off
to
the
make a
court
pass like
issues
that.
are, I mean,
LeBron
honestly,
James
you're
the
not.
way
He's
he plays.
unmatched. He's like Tristan Thompson.
James up and under, throws it off the
Oh,
backboard. What a
oh,
perfect.
if anybody remembers this, we get pooped on in this series. But nonetheless, gasoline. You guys are gonna make me cave here.
Second and 5. Play fake.
Listen, chat. What you're about to witness right now is gonna be pure, complete, and utter just masterfulness. Just pure, complete, and utter just a beautiful man amongst boys. I mean, watch a man amongst boys here, guys.
Wheaton gonna go deep. Got a man open. He's
I mean, where did Brandon Whedon learn to throw the fucking football like that?
got it.
Where the fuck was that,
Gordon
chat?
for the touchdown.
Chat, where in the fuck was that?
Look at Chase Blackburn, the linebacker, making a
But they had a fucking linebacker on him. That's a casual L play. Casual L play. He has a linebacker on him, chat. Look at that fucking shit. They thought he was gonna keep up with a linebacker, chat.
Slapped away. Wheaton's gonna throw.
I mean, what the fuck, guys?
And this is
The same game. I mean, we got pooped on.
for the touchdown.
Can you guys see the score? Could you guys see the score, chat? Did you guys just see how bad we were losing to the Giants?
Well, again, he's locked in all the way. Stevie Brown comes across underneath. He can't
Brandon
get a
Whedon
hand on
looked
the
like a
football.
goat. Why didn't we keep Brandon Whedon?
Corey Webster, he's expecting
Where's the
safety
Brandon
help
Whedon
from
love at?
Stevie Brown. And
In the nickel with Jones is Cincinnati. Whedon going deep. He's got Gordon.
Chat. Who is Brandon Whedon is goated? Did anybody else not think about that?
All the way for a touchdown.
I'm gonna turn it down.
And
a
you
little bit.
see
That's
him
a little
coming
loud,
clear
but-
from one side.
Yeah, look at this.
And watch the
Oh
safety.
my God!
There's
Right
the
through the
option. He's gotta
defense,
turn and spin and
slicing.
run sooner.
He's not even close. It's not even close. He caught a wide open pass with one hand,
Look at the
just to
extension
show
by
pure
Gordon.
domination.
Speed to close on that ball. Beautifully thrown by Brandon Wheaton.
First down and 10. The fake to Hardesty. Good block by Marisek, and he's looking for Gordon. What a catch!
I mean, chat. This dude is making Brandon Whedon look like the GOAT. More than just the GOAT, chat. I mean, he's... I mean, what in the fuck am I watching, chat?
They
What's
beat
going on
Gerard
here?
Powers. 3-yard strike from quarterback Brandon Wheaton. It was only a matter of time before they were going to give Josh Gordon an opportunity to make a play down the field against one-on-one coverage. Look at that, 4 touchdown receptions. This is just a beautiful throw by Brandon Wheaton.
Chad, we might have been here to watch Josh Gordon, but I'm low-key here to watch Brandon Wheaton. When did he ever throw the ball like this? Like, did we ever know this, chat? Like, I thought he was complete and utter ass. I thought he was terrible. I mean, I've just watched 5 throws that I never knew he ever made in his life. He's back again.
First and 20.
You know, that one's easy enough.
Inside
Look at
San
that,
Diego territory has the first down.
Quick feet. I mean,
Jared
agility.
Johnson finally forced them out, but Gordon moves the chains with 26 yards.
Big plays. Well, if you keep an eye on Josh Gordon, he's had a bunch of them here in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Just a little crossing route against zone coverage, and you think about touchdown catches of 62, 71, and 33 yards in the last 3 games alone. He's become the big play threat.
Big catch there. First down for Cleveland. Wheaton with time, going deep.
I mean, that's precious. That's precious. That's something that you'll never even know. That's pure. I mean, that's pure just a men amongst boys. Again, I mean, chat. What can we say? I mean, what can we say, chat? What are we supposed to do? I mean, is Brandon Wheaton the GOAT? Since when did Wheaton play that many games? Bro, it's not even a matter of when did he play so many games. It's more of like, why is he so good? Why, chat? What are we doing? Do we have to look up Brandon Wheaton highlights? Like, are we to the point now where I'm about to start watching Brandon Wheaton highlights? This is some bullshit, chat. I mean, I'm low-key. I'm trying to lock in right now. I don't even know what to think. What are we looking? All right, what's next? What's next? I need more recommendations in chat, guys. I need more recommendations in chat. I need something good. We need some pure quality content that we can watch right now. Right now. I appreciate y'all, by the way. We got 3 viewers up in here. I appreciate y'all. There was 4 at one point. I appreciate y'all coming in here. I know it's a little late. I won't take too much more of your time here, but I'm having fun, and until you guys aren't having fun, I don't care. We're gonna have fun together. So let's lock it in here, chat. Let's get something good going. I want something good. I would watch some highlights from the game, the Guardians game, but I think I'd low-key get copyrighted. All right, you know what? That's a Dom. I appreciate it. You might not be on the show, but you're in the hearts of the show. Let's get a new window up in here, chat. Let's get a new window up in here, chat.
Thanks to this stylish hotel on Booking.com.
Chat,
Even Giants fans are loving LA.
No, we're here to mess with our rivals.
You know I ain't doing that to y'all. We ain't getting no advertisements out here, chat. We ain't no ads out here, chat. No ads. No ads. We don't. I will never let the people tax my people. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Ooh. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend, guys. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope y'all were watching. Oh, shoot. I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much, chat. Let's get locked in here. First and foremost, I am pretty sure that's Lonnie Chisenhall that's up to bat right now. The GOAT. The GOAT Lonnie. So I'll start it out there. Hold on, let's get this going, chat.
Base hit center field. Here comes Ramirez. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's wide. Safe at second.
Yeah. Here we go, chat.
This one is hit well to right. Back toward the track, and that ball is gone.
Roberto Perez was one of the main reasons we did what we did, chat.
Solo home runs by the number 9 hitters on both sides. And we're tied again.
We watching playoff baseball, chat. Let's get it going. Get in here.
Deep right center field, and gone. Jason Kipnis, a solo home run. And the Indians have the lead. Lindor goes deep to right. Back to the track, to the wall. That ball is gone.
Chat, we were cooking. We were cooking, chat. Sorry, I'm trying to hype the people up. I'm trying to get us going. Alright, let's get back. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it, chat. Let's get back into it, chat. Come on. Come on.
Andrew Miller.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at the face of a fucking menace. Look at the face of a guy who is just a fucking menace. This is the face of a franchise guy. 1 year of fame. It doesn't even matter, chat. It doesn't even matter. Lock in. Look at this.
Miller to the plate.
Oh.
Struck him out. Rick Porcello into the line. Comes to the plate. That ball's well hit into the corner and left. Off the wall.
I mean, chat.
That's going to be a long single. In the air to left field, Benintendi took a step in, now goes back and makes the play. And look at Perez, he's going to tag. Here's the throw to second. He is in there.
Jason Kipnis, man. Jason Kipnis, man. Oh my god. We are so locked. That's strike 3. Cooked. Cooked.
Ball gets away. Perez throws him out to complete the strikeout. The 0-2. He strikes out Benintendi for out number 2.
Well, he hasn't gone more than 2 innings since 2011, but how effective were those? No sign.
Man.
Did he go?
Yes, he did, Chad. This is it.
Strike 3. Pedroia strikes out to end the game.
Ooh.
They asked for help because he rang him up.
Nothing to take away from the Indians. What a job they did tonight.
On behalf of myself and my teammates right here, we're here for these guys over here.
Yeah, we're getting glazed by LeBron. Glazed by LeBron. Glazing by LeBron.
Always believe something, Cleveland. It's always us against the world.
Against Corey Kluber.
Oh,
3 balls, 2 strikes.
no.
Here it comes. Strike 3 called. The 0-1. Looper over short. That's going to fall for a base hit. They're going to wave Santana around. They're at the corners, and it's 1-0.
God, this is still hyping me up like it is 2016, baby. Come on. Let's go, Chad. Get in this.
That ball is rifled into the corner in right. And it's a fair ball. That's going to score a run, and now it's called a home run. The original signal was fair ball.
Lonnie Chisenhall, man. I mean, that's just the walk of a goat.
Down in the third. And that is a strike three call. Ran it inside.
Oh my God. Kluber is fucking filthy. He's an animal.
Into left field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Perez to the plate. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And he is shutting out the Red Sox.
Here's Brett. 1 for 2 with a single. Bangs one to first. Kicks off Napoli to Kipnis. Throws to Kluber. Got him!
Chat. What the fuck was that? I mean, hold on.
Shutting out the Red Sox.
We're gonna relook at
1
this.
for 2 with a single. Bangs one to first.
What? I mean, first and foremost, why is Kipnis there? We don't know.
Kicks off Napoli to Kipnis.
And the fact that Kluber got there in time. Come on.
Throws to Kluber. Got him!
Come on.
Oh, what a play! Just your routine pinball. 3-4-1 on the out at
Yeah,
first.
just your routine pinball, you know?
There is strikeout number 7. They're roaring for Corey Kluber here. His
They're
game is
roaring.
over. What a nice
They're
shot.
roaring for Corey
Expand
Kluber.
the strike zone. Oh, wow. What a play by Napoli.
Come on, chat.
Nimble over there. In the air to center field, Rajay Davis squeezes it. The Indians have shut out the Red Sox. So far out of the right.
Come on. I mean, what?
Hander who faces Dustin Pedroia on the ground wide of third. Nice play, Ramirez. And guns it
Jose
down.
was even dirty
1,
back
2,
then.
3 inning. Line drive, right field, base hit. That's going to get the Indians on the board. Chisenhall around third. And it's Cleveland 2-0. 1-2. Drilled to left by Coco Crisp. Back toward that wall and go.
Coco Crisp, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Coco motherfucking Crisp. And on the end of his career. And the bootleg of it all. This motherfucker hits a home run. I mean, what the fuck, chat? This shit's gold.
Coco Crisp.
Coco fucking Crisp, guys. Chat, come on. Turn me up.
Teammates with a 2-run bomb to left.
You never know what events are going to transpire when you pick up these veteran players late in the season to try.
Andrew Miller in here in the sixth.
Oh, Chad, it's over. It's over, Chad. Look who is here. Look who is here. Have no fear. Look who is fucking here.
Sixth inning. Payoff pitch. He struck him out. And he struck him out. On the ground to second. Kipnis throws him out, 1 down. 2-2 pitch. Hit to third, and Ramirez made the play, and Young alertly. The 0-2.
Come on, Chad, turn it up.
This past summer.
A bullet to third. Ramirez diving stop. Gets the force at second. What a play. Bradley and Pedroia the runners. Here it comes. Fly ball. Shallow right. Chisenhall. Cleveland wins.
Book it. I mean, we swept them dusty fucks in Boston, baby. Guys, chat, we're only 6 minutes in. Are we locked in for the rest of this fucking event? Because I'm hyped.
And the Indians are
I'm
headed
getting turned
to the
up, chat.
American League Championship Series. They have swept the Boston Red Sox.
Come on.
Dribbler up toward first. The Blue Jays do not
We're
score
cooking.
in the first.
We're cooking.
On the ground to short. Limber. Kipnis.
Oh, chat.
1-2. He struck him out.
Oh, chat. Corey Kluber is fucking filthy, man.
To end the
I mean, he is
solo
filthy.
bases, and only Napoli has one stolen in this postseason. That ball is
Oh,
hit
no.
to right center field.
Prime
And it's
Lindy,
out of
man.
here.
Come on. Prime Lindy?
We're talking about a 6'7" left-hander who throws 98.
Oh, this dude owned Toronto. I mean, you talk about LeBron owning the Raptors. Talk about Andrew Miller clamping these fucking Blue Jays, these birds. I mean, this dude's a menace.
Miles an hour.
Chad, he went. I mean, he went. You're swinging at garbage, Chad. Garbage.
Struck out Upton.
Oh, my God, Chad. I mean, I'd be fucking pissed, too, if I just struck out on that shit. Chad, look at the ball. Look at the strike zone. Look at the ball. Look at where they had that shit. That's a strike, Chad. That's cooked. He's mad at a strike. Oh, my God. I mean, that's fucked.
2 down in the 8th.
He threw that shit right down the middle. He said, try me.
Things are now officially beyond bonkers Toronto hitters. On the ground to Lindor. The guy who hit the dinger throws him out. And the Cleveland Indians,
I mean,
still unbeaten in October.
You don't lose, Chat.
On the ground in the hole. Lindor.
I mean, come on. We're talking about being locked in.
Did he hold the bag? Yes, he did.
Talk about being locked in, Chat.
Toronto may want the umpire and crew to have another look at this.
I would have gotten off the base, caught it, and just tagged Bautista.
Carlos Santana. There's some pop to left. That ball is out of here. Carlos Santana.
Yup.
With his
Yup.
home run, his first run batted in of this postseason. And he gives the Indians an early lead.
Nice line drive that barely clears the high wall in left field.
Line drive, base hit up the middle.
Yup.
And Cleveland's back on top. Look who's on.
Look who's on, Chat. Look who's on. Look who's in.
Here in the 7th. And he
Coke.
strikes out Russell Martin.
Coke.
2 up, 2 down.
Coke.
Struck out the side. Good morning, good afternoon,
Coke.
and good night. 1 down.
Cooked.
Carrera on the ground to Kipnis.
Easy. Easy, Chat. Easy. Good night.
Touchable.
Look at you.
Oh, Chat. Nope. Nope.
Big winner. Nah, not you. You use QuickBooks to auto-track business
Chat, we're
income
back.
and
What's
expenses,
going on?
saving you 30 hours
Sorry,
each month.
we're getting- I'm
Intuit
not letting no
QuickBooks. Now get
advertisements. You know I don't
70%
let
off for
ads
3
hit my
months.
Chat like that.
The game is changing, but what drives the game never
I ain't
will.
letting y'all get hit
Wait.
with that shit. What's going on, Chat? Why? You see this shit? What's going on, boys? How we doing? What's going on? How's life? We good? We Gucci? Alright. Alright, boys. We're back. We're back.
Right, 3 called, 1 down.
Look at
7
him.
of the
Look
last
at it. I mean, it's cooked.
8 Blue Jays have struck out. To center field. Rajay Davis. Game over. The Indians lead it 2 games to 0. Ball and a strike, and here it comes. In the air to right center field. Bautista going way back. That's off the wall. Santana is around third. He will score, and the Indians are on the board.
The set and pitch. Runner goes, pitch hit on the ground, right to the second base bag. Lindor has it, steps, throws, got him! Lindor.
Game 1 here. And that ball is well hit by Mike Napoli. See you later.
I mean, Mike Napoli's having a game. A game. A game. I mean, who hit
Napoli?
Man.
A run-scoring double and now a solo home run to lead off the 4th.
I mean, come on, guys.
And that ball is drilled to right field,
God,
and she is gone.
I miss Jason Kipnis, guys. I miss him.
Breaks the drought. And
Against young
steps the
Stroman, man,
Indians to
cooked.
the lead again. It's 3-2. Line drive right center field. That ball's going to get down. They're going to wave Napoli. He's on his way to the plate, and he scores. as Ramirez delivers
This is
an
easy.
RBI single. Faced 12 hitters, struck out 10 of them, and make that 11. And he blew him away for the
That is
first
easy,
out.
chat.
1 out away from a 3-0 lead. Back up the middle. Kipnis on the backhand, long throw, and the Cleveland Indians are a win away.
I mean,
from the
come
World
on. They
Series.
can't even beat us, chat.
Well hit, left center field. That ball is off the wall. Perez around first and sliding into second safely and putting the Cleveland Indians on the board. Huge two-out. Here's Mike Napoli in the DH role today. Well hit to left. Back toward the wall. Carrera goes back, has to play it off the carom, and then has trouble with it. That's going to score a run, and the Indians on the board, 1-0.
I mean, this is a W, chat. I mean, this is a W. Every play, it's just cooked. They're cooking.
84 in the third innings pitch, only 108 walks.
And he gets Encarnacion. That's a second strikeout, both looking, waiting, and there is another strike. Top of the order, Carlos Santana. Well hit, right field, way back, and gone. Carlos Santana. Homered in game 2, homers in game 5. Indians 2-0.
He looked up to the sky like, finally, a big hit.
Let's go.
In the air right field.
I mean, is the only Coco Crisp highlights just going to be him mashing the ball?
Pretty well hit. Bautista back, and that ball is gone. Coco Crisp.
I mean, what the fuck, guys? Chat, Coco Crisp is probably like 35 years old in this. I don't think you guys are understanding the multitude of this guy. I mean, chat, this guy is a beast.
With a 2-out solo homer here in the fourth, and it is 3-0 Cleveland. Oh, rounded to short. Could be 2. There's 1. Double play. High fly ball left field. Crisp, and then back on the track to put it away. Here's Pilar, who grounds into the hole. Lindor gets the force at second. 2 strikes. Here it comes. In the air. Foul territory. The Cleveland.
Chat, I can tell you exactly what I was doing and where I was watching this happen. I was in my house. I was sitting in my living room. And I remember watching this happen. I ran outside and I couldn't even help but cry, chat. Chat, this was one of this catch right here was one of the greatest moments that I've ever had as a Cleveland sports fan. Right here, chat.
Indians are going to the World Series.
Two number 1 starters going at it tonight. Got him one away. Struck him out. Here's the 0-1. Tough play. That is a hit. 1-0 Indians in the first pitch. That will force home another. 2-0 Indians. Struck him out. Low A. Got him right down the middle. Got him looking. Here it comes. Got him looking. Struck him out.
Chat, I mean, what in the fuck? This guy wasn't even human. Nah, because what are you I mean, what?
Here's a shot into left. That's pounded and gone. Home run. Roberto Perez. 3-0 Cleveland on
Okay. Fuck, man.
top. And the quote on
Yeah, by the way, you're right, Dom. Fuck Joe Buck. All the real people hate Joe Buck. All the real Cleveland sports fans hate Joe Buck and Kyle Schwarber. Real talk. The glaze was unbelievable.
For
postseason. That ball was scorched, and all it has to do is get over that yellow line and left. Opportunity is knocking for the Cubs. This ball is caught. The 0-2. Struck him out, 2 down. He tied it up, went around, struck him out. Inning over. Schwarber doubled off the wall in the 4th, walked against Andrew Miller in the 7th. Miller wins the battle. High fly ball into left, at the wall, goodbye!
Goodbye, chat. Goodbye. I mean, goodbye.
6-0 Indians.
Come join.
The Indians bring their closer Cody Allen into the game. And he does. One away. Struck him out, 2 down.
Tough one.
The 2-2. Indians win game 1.
Tough one, chat.
Kluber the winner, 3-1 this postseason. Lester the loser, 2-1. A strikeout starts the frame. That's 2 out. Strikes out the side here in the 6th inning. So Chris will come off the bench and pinch hit. 1st and 3rd.
Coco Crisp will come off the bench and pinch hit. Chat, what do we think this means? Chat, what does this mean? This means shit's about to go.
Crisp.
Guy.
It's a base hit.
Come
Martinez will come to the plate and score. Throw to 3rd in time. 2 out.
Chat, that was no good. Chat, that was no good. No good, chat. Not good base running. We don't like that, but it's good.
In a
We're good.
1-0 game, Indians on top. The 0-2. Right side, diving stop. Napoli to the bag. What a play. Cleveland wins it. 1-0. As Baez strikes out at a pitch that was up.
1-0, chat. 1-0. That's crazy.
High drive into right. Back at the wall. This game is tied. Santana. His first World Series hit. And his 3rd home run of this postseason. 1-1. Typically. Chops at 3rd base side. Bryant. Safe. Here comes a run to the plate. Indians lead over to 3rd. Safe. Now the count's full. Lindor shoots one into right center field. A base hit. Fowler over to cut it off. In to score is Kipnis. It's 3-1. 3 of the night is right down the middle. Struck him out. Struck him out. And Kluber comes up with strikeout number 3. A strikeout ends the inning. Struck him out. Chasing a breaking ball down and out of the strike zone. That's strikeout number 6. That hard hit. Play is made by the 3rd baseman Ramirez. And another strong effort by Corey Kluber. It's a 3-1. High drive into right, back at the wall. It is gone. Kipnis, a 3-run shot.
It is
And
gone,
he busted
man.
open here in the 7th
It
inning.
is gone,
From
chat.
Northbrook, Illinois. And around the bases here at
It's
Wrigley
cooked.
Field, he's made it
It's all
7-1.
cooked.
1-2. Back to Otero, and the Indians are now up 3 games to 1. And 1 win away from their first World Championship since 1948.
Now, chat, this is the point in time in the video where I cry. I start crying. Because everything that happens after this point is really no good. I mean, the only highlights that they're going to show in this next 2 minutes is probably Rajay Davis hitting a fucking home run. Other than that, fuck the rain delay and fuck the MLB for that shit, for real. So, we're gonna hop out of these highlights while we still have some sanity left in us, okay? Chat. Chat, my camera is being all fucking weird again. Chat, my camera is being all motherfucking weird again. So this is the part in time. This is the time where I fix this shit real quick, chat. So give me a second. Okay. Okay, chat. Well, yeah, I think we Gucci, chat. I think we Gucci. I think we did it. Hold on. Let me get back in my ways. Let me get back on my grind. Chat, we're back. Alright, we back, chat. We good. We Gucci. We Gucci. Hey, listen. We went from 18 to 21 subscribers today, chat. We went from 18, actually 17 really, to 21 subscribers. So that was a 4 subscriber increase on the show today. Chat, that's some good work. That's some real good work. To be fair, I just did post something on my Instagram story. Like literally a minute ago, chat. So do I necessarily, am I going to get off right this second? Probably not. Should I? Probably. It's 11 p.m. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 1 minute, chat. I mean, this is a show. I got to go through this entire show. Chat. We here, though. Chat. We here as fuck. Listen, chat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It might be time. It might be time to call this one to the grave. I appreciate y'all for sticking around for three hours of a show, man. I mean, we talked about a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I hope the energy was good, chat. Maybe we'll start watching some more highlights and more things and do that and have some live reactions to things. So if you want to see more of that, y'all let me know, for real. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who liked, and all the people that subscribed today. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are awesome, to be honest with you. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure all that jazz was working, chat. So, another one might pop up. I'm sorry, guys, if it does. But nonetheless, yeah, there it is. I appreciate all of y'all for subscribing. I appreciate all y'all for watching and tuning into the show today. We had a fantastic time with y'all. It was great. The vibes were high. The vibes were great. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for today's stream. I think that's going to do it for today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed. We are going to have a lot of content coming out in the next couple days until Wednesday's show. Don't forget, we're live every Sunday and Wednesday. So make sure you guys are tuning in for the times of the streams, because they sometimes do vary, usually around 7 to 8 o'clock. So don't forget, sometimes we go, this is the late night show. Sometimes we accidentally extend it till 11 o'clock at night. So make sure y'all tune in so we can get a good show. We had a great show today. I appreciate everybody who commented. I appreciate everybody who liked, subscribed once again. We appreciate every piece of it. Let's grind, chat. Let's grind. I mean, this is it. We had some good highlights today. Good content. We're going to have some good content coming out soon. Some good shorts. I appreciate every one of you guys. So does Dom. I know he's not here anymore. I know he hasn't been here for a little while, but Dom appreciates it as well. We love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your Sunday night. Get some good sleep. We got a long week ahead of us, so don't forget, we're here to take your minds off of it on Wednesday. We will talk about that two-game series. We will talk about that two-game series against Detroit on Wednesday. And then we will talk about things to come for the upcoming schedules again. Make sure you comment some highlight tapes that y'all would like to, some highlights that y'all would like to see, or some content y'all would like to see on the next future shows, especially Wednesday. Other than that, it's been your co-host, Alex, and I'm glad to be with you guys. Someone just joined in. I appreciate you. Sorry to leave you hanging, but we appreciate everything. All the content is going to be coming out in the next couple of days. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. And I hope the week doesn't kill you guys too much. All right. Have a good Monday. We will see you on Wednesday. Me and Dom both appreciate it. Even though Dom is not here, he still appreciates all the love. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to tune in. We had a great day. We had a good like day. Highest likes on a live stream. Highest amount of subscribers gained on a live stream. We killed it today, chat. I love y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. You guys have a great rest of your night. And that has been it for the Daily Dose Show. We are out of here.